So, Chris, when did you become a skull?
Hold on, I'm going to disconnect and reconnect so because
Ventriloquist.
it's looking a bit weird on my end for him. There we go.
He was a ventriloquist for a minute there.
Ventriloquist skull.
Here's the thing. Like, my Windows did an update the other day, and I forgot that it reset everything, including all of my preferences on my Twitch stuff. So I had to, or my Streamlabs, so I had to make all the adjustments. I had to go through and do all that stuff, but it's all fine now. I forgot Sovek. Sorry, Sovek, you will be forgotten forever and always.
Aw, Sovek. But, yeah, I'm just going through and sorting out all of my audio now. I was like, oh, flip me, why? Okay.
Oh, did yours do that as well? An update?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It did yesterday when I finally turned my computer on. It's like, oh, we have updates. It's like, please shut up.
No, please.
Yeah, it's like the second in about 2 weeks. We're missing an infernal. On
He'll be joining tabletop soon.
tabletop, yeah.
Tabla.
Tabletop.
The top of the tablet.
The top of the tablet, yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a think about your class and stuff. For those of you who have got custom classes, this does mean that I'll be making some minor adjustments to them. So you'll get lineage stuff in replacing of other things. Otherwise, nothing else will change. That's all that there will be for your ones, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so I don't need to worry.
No, those of you with custom races don't need to worry. The only thing is that obviously your ability score improvement that you get from that is being removed and revoked in place of what you would be getting from the other thing. But I don't think that changes anything for anyone. So yeah.
Me and Damien get a buff.
Yeah.
Yes, you and Damien would get a buff, as well as everybody getting a feat as well.
Oh, look, shinier.
I mean,
Some kind of buff? Okay.
Yeah, everyone will get an additional feat. Notably, it does state that it has to be one of the first level ones, so that would be something that you'd need to consider, that it would have to be one of the ones in the UA, or one of the ones in traditional 5e handbook. It can't be anything from anything else, because I don't know what they'll change. Actually, no, they've stated they're not going to change supplements, so anything you'd get from outside of the player's handbook would also be allowed still. Just nothing custom, like specializations or anything, because they still have limits. But this would be if people want to. Overall, it's a general buff for everybody, so everybody gets cool stuff out of it, like even I do. Like, I mean, hey, I'm going to get buffs, but they haven't arrived yet. So.
They've been shipped.
They're in shipping. They'll arrive in the next 2 years. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crabby DnD. I am here with my players, Kat.
Hi.
Damien.
Hello.
Kay.
greetings.
Lloyd.
Hello.
And Vinny.
Hello.
We are unfortunately missing a Romulus today. He has cast Polymorph, transformed into a praying mantis, and has gone to find someone who will eat his head. So,
Sounds about right.
with that, shall we begin?
Yeah.
You're all so enthusiastic, I can hear it already.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's
Wait,
let's
I'm
go.
hungry.
Let's heckin' go.
We've had
I'm
half hour
hungry.
lecture.
Can I eat the big thing? Let me eat the big thing.
Good
You
luck.
can try.
That's a cool
Having
necklace.
nearly died at the claws of a stone dragon, the party rested and moved on, taking this sleep within the cleft between two mountains. During the night, their company of Kat, Damien, Kay, Lloyd, Romulus, and Vinny were ambushed by a Behir, ready to catch the group unaware as the storm raged overhead. But they were saved by what they believed to be a otherwise legendary sight, a thunderbird, that had swept down and tore the Behir from the mountainside. With this suspected once-in-a-lifetime encounter, the party continued on, being made more aware of just how lethal the mountains truly were. Despite this, the party trudged onwards, locating the pillar that was surrounded by a grick nest. Yet the gricks were surprisingly absent from their nest, and very few in number. After a rather disappointing battle, the party inspected the pillar and discovered its ruins. Aqua, stone, crag, soil, and shape, all written in giant, while stone was written again in common. How peculiar. Regardless, Damien and Vinny spotted an odd spectacle, as it as it looked as though the ground was being torn up around the holes further north for some reason. A short while into this investigation, a massive figure, a giant of some form, loomed over the mountain lip and stopped, shouting for the company to leave, which they did, with the exception of Kay. All of you, bar Kay, head over the mountain lip, heading back down a little way the way you came, a distance to keep so that you cannot hear or otherwise see the giant figure as it works. You believe it to be some form of cyclops as it continues its work near the pillar, but Kay, on the other hand, is atop the large boulder that has fallen from the overlook, and he otherwise lies there on his belly, watching as the giant figure works on the hard stone. You watch as he otherwise wanders over to one of these brick holes where the nest would be, and you watch as he... Who laughed?
Don't think that was a laugh.
No, I think that's a wire
Was
rubbing.
it not?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was a burp.
Not sure what that was, but it sounded like a laugh.
I think it was some kind of creaking.
Okay. Might have been old Jamie there.
Shut up!
Wow.
Oof indeed.
Need
So-
some WD-40.
So, as you look over from the rock that you're otherwise lying on top of, you see the otherwise large figure, otherwise the massive cage helmet over its head, the shovel and pickaxe on either side, and the otherwise large wicker basket on its back. As it wanders over to one of the holes and just jabs it with the haft and the otherwise main handle of the pickaxe and begins to kind of poke inside. You watch as it pulls the pickaxe out, not noting anything, before trudging over to the next one, where it does the same. You note after it does this to the first one, it moves it to the second one, it peers inside and stops, before you watch as it otherwise looks, kind of scanning the area around it, before it takes one heavy swing with the pickaxe, smashing into the rock behind it, as you watch as it then takes that pickaxe, driving the shovel in beside it, twisting it and pulling up as you watch as the stone around it begins to crack and buckle. As it pulls it up, you watch as the Grick attempts to leave its nest as it snatches it up with its hand. The Grick naturally makes an attack but is unable to get through the tough hide of the Cyclops as it takes it, shoves it in its wicker basket and pulls the lid tight down and ties it shut, as the Grick is now thrashing inside of the basket and otherwise trying to escape. But it's very much cramped in there. The Cyclops figure looks around, wanders over here before noting the massive pitfall area in front of it. As it takes a few steps back, it wanders off over in this direction. While this is going on, would anybody like to do anything?
Well,
Your company has moved down the mountain with the exception of Kay.
Jeff
not
is
too far.
currently flying above and watching, and I'm watching through Jeff.
Okay, so you're watching this, and I'll say from the eye spectacle, Kay has managed to avoid the sight of everybody with the exception of Jeff, where Kay currently shows up as a dark spot on the rock, but you don't know that it's Kay yet.
Okay, fair. Then I'll just be whispering very quietly to the party what's going on.
Okay.
Does anyone have a better plan than just continuing to spy on this guy?
I don't think there's anything more we can do. If he spots us, we're toast.
That thing takes a look at me, I'm gonna fall over. In this frail body of mine.
I mean, you'll blend in perfectly with the dark rocks.
How?
Oh, sorry, Lloyd. That was this thing called sarcasm.
Ah, right.
Dear
Has
me.
all the perception in the world. This is the sarcasm.
My eyes couldn't see it coming.
So, Kay, was there anything you'd like to do in this moment? Or you just
Well,
keep an eye?
I'm just gonna keep an eye on this thing. I don't want to move and ruin my stealth that I have, so
Mhm.
I'm just going to watch for now.
Okay. You watch as it moves over to the next hole, otherwise has a look inside, and you watch as it looks in, it kind of bends down and makes almost a sniffing motion from what you can tell. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I currently cannot. Can somebody roll for me? Because my tabletop has currently messed up. Because I
Okay.
briefly lost connection to my internet.
Oh, that's fine. I got you. That was a 3.
+4.
Okay, 7. You can smell. You can tell that it's sniffing, but you cannot smell anything from this distance. The rain is making that too difficult. It sniffs for a moment before kind of pulling its head back up, and you watch as it takes the shovel and it plants it into the hole itself before it takes it out, puts it in again at a different angle, making a cross shape as it pulls the shovel back out before it takes the pick, scooping it in and peeling it back. And you watch as it is beginning to expose what looks to be one of the old nests that has otherwise rotten away. Puts its bulky arm in and moves around for a moment, currently prone on the ground, very much exploring, it would seem, with its arm as best it can. Do you do anything, or do you just wait?
Tickle his armpit.
Did you say sniff his armpit?
Tickle. Tickle his
Oh,
armpit.
tickle his armpit. Is Kay just remaining there?
I'm sorry, I got cut. I couldn't hear anything for a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Every time I try and connect to the server thing. Oh, that's why.
Is stuff downloading or something?
No,
Right,
tabletop opened twice.
Oh,
Oh, fun.
that's not good.
Okay. But yeah, so the Cyclops is currently down on his belly with his arm inside the grit hole, currently searching around for one of the exposed nests, it would seem.
I'm going to wait because he might come to the one closer to me, and if he does, I might have a way to be able to, follow him without having him notice that I even was there.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna risk anything while he's far away, but if he gets close, I might try and helpfully hitch a ride.
Oh, God,
Oh,
I've got an
boy.
idea of how this could go. This would be hilarious.
It might.
Well then, looks
You
like
watch
we're
as
losing.
you watch as he otherwise lifts himself back up, and you can see that he otherwise pulls out what looks to be a clump of eggs that otherwise rotted, and otherwise he looks at them and kind of gives them a sniff. Flips the top open, chucks it in his bag in the pack on the back, where you watch as the Grick then bites and latches onto his hand. He pulls it out and grabs it, pulls it off of his hand, and whacks it against the pillar once. Where you watch as the Grick hits it, he then lifts the Grick back up, and it is solidly unconscious. Just goes, flips the top back up, ties it, kind of has a brief look around with his perception. Okay. He has a look around, notices the hole nearest you, and takes a look up. He's going to see if there's anything of interest in there. Okay. Do you wish to act at all now that he's closer?
I actually had a second thought. I want to see how he acts if a random rat appears. So I am going to have one of my random rat somewhere come and sort of look like it's investigating what's going on.
Okay. Roll me. I'll say roll me a stealth check with disadvantage as you're intending to do this, but his passive perception could still miss it.
It's more just the rats that are out there. So
Okay.
oh
so
wait,
the rats are going to be in the area.
yeah, the rats have been out. I haven't had them come back to me. They're just out in the area right now.
Okay. Well, in this instance, then I'd say he's looked around and he's noticed the rats, but he seems disinterested.
All right. Well,
Either he hasn't noticed them or he's proceeding to ignore them. You're not entirely sure. But he looks at the hole.
Gonna watch.
He looks at the hole, kind of looks in, and you watch as he digs his pickaxe in again. Same technique as before, jamming his shovel in beside it, lifting the rock up as a Grick tries to squirm out as he grabs it. This time, not making the mistake, swings it against the rock where you are. I will say make me a dexterity saving throw to maintain your position. This will just be as there is going to be Grick being swung at the rock near you. DC isn't going to be very high, So there's nothing to worry, not too much to worry about. Yeah, you're fine. As he swings the Grick against the rock, you feel the impact of the Grick's head just crack against the outside of the rock before he otherwise lifts it up. He looks at it, kind of pokes it for a moment before kind of chucking it in his wicker basket as well as he opens up the lid, chucks it in. Do you wish to act in this moment as he opens up the basket or no?
No, I'm not I wouldn't go in the basket.
Okay,
It's
I wasn't
hard
sure
enough
what you were
not-
implying.
That's what I
Okay.
was wondering. I was like,
I
yeah,
thought
Uh,
I'd give you the option.
Tay versus Grick combat in a basket.
Yeah. Well, the Grick's unconscious, so he'd
Or
he'd
being
win.
stealthy. Oh, okay, that's easier. It's me.
They'd get there and there'd just be this rat folk sat in there, this huge belly just lying there inside the wicker basket.
So.
I ate your lunch. as he closes the wicker basket, ties it off, and you watch as he turns and does one kind of final look around the area.
Turn as in
Before-
how? Is he like looking this way?
He was
or-
looking towards the hole, and he turns to go back this way, the same way he came from.
Alright, well, as he goes to turn that way, I want to latch on to the basket.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. I will give it to you in this manner. You can either use a claw attack with the intent to grapple the basket, or an acrobatics check with the intent to land on the basket. Either way, it will be followed up by a stealth check versus his passive perception.
I'm going to go with
They'll have different DCs and different outcomes. Bless you.
Bless you.
landing might be a bad idea, but also attacking might be a bad idea. Although he's quite big, so he might not even notice a tiny thing like me getting onto the basket, so I'm gonna go with acrobatics.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check, please. Pick up and drop. 7
That's
plus.
with the +6.
Plus 6, 13. Not bad. You slide down the rock and you otherwise do the best you can, leaping for the moment, while trying to deftly make it so that you hit the basket in a soft manner, not to rock it too much. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. For me, please.
Uh,
10. Hey, what, sorry?
16.
16. In the moment when you otherwise land on the basket, there is a bit of movement. And as this happens, the Cyclops turns for a moment before kind of reaching back to pull the lid off the top of the basket. But in your stealth, you slide down the outside, holding onto the edge. As he reaches his hand in and kind of gives a poke around, and you hear him say some things in Giant, which you don't understand, before he lifts his hand back out, puts the lid back on, and ties it off. And you are clinging onto the back of the wicker basket, seemingly unnoticed for the time being.
Okay, guys, he's mounted the Cyclops.
Sorry.
I'm gonna come back to cat mode. So Kay is actually on the Cyclops.
He does this with everything.
Yeah, we really
Looks
shouldn't
like
be
we're gonna
surprised.
be needing a new party member.
I think we're just going to follow him.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
Mm.
But
If Jeff is keeping an eye out, we can follow from a bit of a distance.
True. Might stop Damien here from getting caught.
Be perfect.
Sorry, I'm inheriting Harlan's
Harlan.
and Romulus's shade. So
that's fair.
Uh,
It seems
what,
accurate.
what do you mean, Harlan? What do you mean, Romulus?
You're not very
Wait,
stealthy.
I mean, you're kind of in a loud suit of clanking armor.
Wow.
I used to
how
play
rude.
someone like that back again. I know the pain. Okay. So, are you following then?
Well,
Yes,
Yeah.
but I need a certain character to withdraw from her crystal parrot.
I am here still.
Oh,
That-
that's good. You're actually withdrawn from
Yeah,
Jeff.
I jumped back to talk to you about
Cool.
the fact that he
Yeah.
was.
Before we go, Kat, I don't know if this will be of any use to you currently or in the future, but I have a mana potion that we seem to have forgotten about that you might want.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I will.
I'm sure it'll be more benefit to you than anyone else.
Yeah, no, that'd be quite useful. That'd be quite useful. Right, mana potion.
How many weeks has it taken us to do that?
Yeah,
Men-
it's unimportant.
many-
This is a
many
moment
It's
you might need
unimportant.
it. It's unimportant. This is a moment you might need it.
Mhm.
So, let us move from this map then. Okay, I will leave this map intact on my other board.
The board?
Yes, where I hide all the maps.
Oh.
His map pack.
I'm going to be right back. 1 second.
Oh, these are Grix as well. These are. The
I
dead
thought
ones,
you
I
just
think,
meant
yeah.
it was a disinteresting map.
No, it's just a map where I keep the other maps. So, you continue to otherwise harbour your pursuit. Cat, go ahead and make me a survival check to maintain your pursuit. Kay, I'm going to say for the extent of this, is there anything you wish to do other than remaining stealthy?
Could fire occasional signal flares, could
just-
you?
Just to have
Oh,
like
yes.
the rats that he had around go to the party and help make sure that they stay on track with me.
So
on
leaving.
target.
So instead of leaving a breadcrumb trail, you're leaving a rat trail.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, I'll say, Cat, you have advantage on this then.
Okay. I mean, it'd be harder to beat 18, but let's go crit fishing.
You could get a
Yeah.
20.
You could get a
So
20.
it's 19.
19. Okay. You otherwise follow the rats.
How,
I couldn't have been
how,
follow the butterfly.
how has it
Um,
got to this point that we're following rats? I mean, I hate rats, but I mean, I guess they're not attacking us, so we should go with that.
You follow the rats, with Jeff otherwise scouting ahead. Give me a perception check for Jeff, please.
Jeff, right, you boy.
And are you looking through Jeff's eyes, or was
I am
Jeff
bouncing
independent?
between the two.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
Uh,
perception check with Jeff, please.
Okay, this
We're following the squeakers.
that's +3, so that's 10.
10. With the difficulty of the rain and maintaining a distance as to not be seen, it's a bit difficult to see anything up ahead. There is a little bit of kind of low-hanging mist, which seems to be burning off and fighting with the sun that occasionally breaks through the clouds, but it does begin to form at certain areas around the place. But you do notice, off in the distance, a light through Jeff's eyes. Anyway,
Okay. And
Say
this is
a
like
what?
an artificial light,
light.
or is it like...
like a campfire light.
Okay. Guys, up ahead, I think that could potentially be his camp. There's a potential fire or a light of some degree.
I'll say you've travelled for about, at this point, at his pace, about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Do you reckon this to prepare like a mid-afternoon snack?
It could be his home. I mean, I don't know what these guys live in. I don't imagine it being burrows, and it's going to need to be a pretty big cave for him to live in a cave. So maybe they just have camps. So it could be his camp.
So you're suggesting that Cyclopses are camp folk?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
God's sake. Can we see the Cyclops from where we are?
Where you are, no. You're using Jeff and a
Okay.
and a breadcrumb trail of rats to locate where you're going. But outside of that, you aren't within sight range. You're specifically avoiding it so that you don't get seen. And I'll say throughout this entire time, Kay, while you're on his back or on the wicker basket, he is turning around occasionally to look behind him, and like every now and then, as he does, he just kind of looks back, stops for a moment, then keeps going. He is very much wary of your party, it would seem, but unaware of you still.
Uh-huh.
While this is going on, I will say, Kay, with your passive insight/investigation, or not insight, perception investigation, you do note that up ahead he is currently walking towards a glow, which is still peeking through despite the rain.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I don't know what's going on with my internet. It just keeps cutting in and out.
That the Cyclops is currently walking towards a glow, a campfire-like glow, and you can see it now, despite the rain.
Are there just getting a general look around the area from what I can see? Are there any good hiding spots nearby?
Make me a perception check.
Can you roll that for me, please?
Oh yes.
I have been disconnected once again.
14
Plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay. Let me quickly load the map on my other screen. Campaign.
It falls really high, but unfortunately, there's still no hiding spots.
There's a stone.
There's a stone right behind the stairs.
I
So it
mean,
was-
that works.
So it was
Size of
14
a
plus what,
marble.
sorry?
4.
4. From the distance you're coming from, or from the angle you're coming from, sorry, you can see the following. Up ahead, you can see the campfire currently burning and blazing, and there seems to be some form of tarp along with a number of rocks that are set around it. You can see the area is otherwise a brittle kind of almost rock slide area, but there's still cracked stone and terrain underneath it, making a somewhat base around it. But you note there are a number of trees here also. The trees themselves are long dead, no greenery on them whatsoever, but you do note cages hanging from them. You note there are a number of rocks around here as well, which look strange, carved into, and there are 3 large beds which otherwise have something over the top of them. I'll quickly show you what you're looking at. Ooh, I need to move the stuff. Move up here. This is what you currently look at. As he's walking in across from this direction down the hill, you note 2 more Cyclopses. Neither of these 2 are wearing helmets. One is currently sat on that rock, and another is sat on this rock, as they're otherwise poring over the whatever this may be in the cauldron. The one that's coming, you otherwise hear it shout something. Nocturus Thorfrin to the rest of them. What do? You have you have a bounty of potential hiding spots.
I am gonna take advantage the next time he steps down, like when he kind of gets like a bit closer to the ground, to like gently let myself off the basket, and I won't hide. Most likely over here, because has a lot of hiding area that I can see.
Okay,
Not
so
a
this
horse.
this will be an additional stealth check. Please.
That is the best tile.
Yeah, I don't have a cow or not a cow, a goat. So this is a
Not
it's
a
not a
horse.
horse.
It's not
Not
horse.
a horse, obviously.
So actually, it should be slightly smaller, but yes.
18.
18. Using the range to your advantage and the slickness, you slide down the edge of the wicker basket, land on the ground, using a few rats as noise mufflers, and then proceeding to run over to the rocks and sliding behind them as your friend, or as your taxi, otherwise continues on his way.
Did you leave a tip?
It may or may not be in the basket.
There's a rat in the basket. Oh no. Okay, the rest of you at this point are a distance away, but Jeff is clocking this as well now, as Jeff is now seeing this take place and the giant is running up.
Okay.
Wandering up.
There's 2 more Cyclops. There's now 3 of them.
And I'll say with that perception check, Kay, you note that there is not a horse or a mountain goat in the nearest cage on the current tree, and you can hear the sounds and see kind of slumped forms of what look to be feathered folk in the 2 baskets to the tree to your left. You cannot see if there are any more in any of the baskets further afield, but you can see other baskets. Or not baskets, cages, sorry.
I see.
I will say the party at this point, you will be coming from this direction, same as the Cyclops was.
Okay.
And I've also just realised I need to move the map because it is off center.
So there are cages hanging from the trees. There's 3 Cyclops, and they have an entire camp, and they're cooking something in the middle. Like, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Still not too sure where Kay is, though. I'm assuming I didn't see him?
None of us have
I'd say
noticed.
with Jeff's perception, you note that he's not on the basket anymore. That's it.
Okay. Kay's gone
He
somewhere.
came off at some point,
He's not
and
on
the rats are
basket.
beginning to diffuse. You do know.
Maybe Kay's gone home.
Where would you Kay even go home? A hole in the ground? Are we just Maybe he is a
Back
cave
to the
person.
sewer.
Yeah,
and
could
Tremor's
be.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
likely he's either backed up or gone to find a hiding spot.
Yeah, nice show.
I'm sure he'll turn up.
Is there anywhere that is there anywhere that you can see with Jeff that we could hide? I mean, I'm gonna take a guess that I'm probably gonna go nowhere near this camp if we're gonna do like some sort of scouting mission.
Okay, I'm gonna skirt the outside edge of the camp with Jeff.
Jeff?
Giving it a wide berth, but yeah, skirt sort of like behind these trees, round the back of the beds, behind these trees, and see what I can see.
Okay, make me a perception check. This will take a while, but it will otherwise account for the time that it takes for you to get close-ish. And I'll be asking who will be getting close as the events will begin to transpire.
That is 17.
17, okay. So as Jeff is flying around, we'll get to this in events, Jeff is also keeping an eye on the Cyclopses as this one wanders up and begins to talk in Giant to the other ones around it. You note, for the 3 of them, they are all different in different manners. The red one in question is the one carrying what looks to be a large shovel and pickaxe with the wicker basket on his back. As he kind of wanders up and has his helmet, you watch as he takes the helmet off and straps it to his side, where you can see he's got these red markings around his central eye that then go outwards across and around his head, where there is a very thin layer of black hair on the top. You note the green one who is sat there is currently sat there with a large spoon and a large kind of great knife to his side, where he's currently sat and he is stirring the pot. You can see there is a tarpaulin over the top, which they've kind of makeshift set up to keep the rain out. As he's stirring it, kind of turns and torps. Before you see, actually this one will be slightly smaller. The slightly smaller Cyclops across the way is currently just sat there kind of poking it and goes to kind of talk. Are you looking through Jeff while this is happening, by the way?
Yes, I am.
So you would understand what they are saying in Giant with that perception check.
Right, okay.
As you overhear them say, from the main hunter turns up and goes, "Found more gricks for your stew. Hopefully it'll be enough for you this time. Although there don't seem to be much more. That won't be a problem. We're not going to be staying here long once the boss comes back. We've got what we need, and we're going to be heading back home soon enough. So it'll be our last meal here for tonight." "Oh, does that mean I get to have the stew early?" "No! You don't touch the stew till it's ready. It's not right." "You sure? We've had it before when it's not been right." "Yeah, look how that turned out. You're shitting yourself for the past 3 days. "Yeah, well, you know, these things happen from time to time. You can't help it." "You can if you cook it proper. Don't let it happen again." "Right, what do you want me to do with the gricks?" "Chop 'em up like you usually would. You know I don't do the killing of these things. It's not right." "Fine, get the runt to do it. He'll be fine smashing their heads off. Just make sure that you do the chopping. I want them cut fine." "Righto." And watch as he wanders over, and as the smaller one proceeds to try and reach for the pot, he slaps his hand, going, "Don't touch the food till it's ready. You're going with me." "Fine." As they go over to this particular portion over here. Okay, while this is all happening, what do you do? You are noting their movement and patterns around, and their kind of silhouettes in the distance. Given that it's getting darker, given it's past midday, but it's still raining, and what little light is peeking through, you are seeing what's going on.
I am just gonna try and get a look around the place. I'm probably gonna like move from this tree over this tree.
Okay.
Kay did understand that this dude was lying about the cat person, so
I will say
might be in a cage.
I will say that the only person who did was Cat because she understood giant. The rest
You
of you
said
saw that he
everybody
was
did.
uneasy about whatever
Oh.
question Cat asked. So
Oh.
Cat asked a question, he said an immediate reply, and then was nervous. So you gather that whatever she asked, which she probably then would have told the rest,
Mm-hmm.
would have been relevant to it's questionable. So you've got reason to suspect it, but you don't know exactly what was asked.
Well, I'm going to look for a cat person.
Okay.
Or any
So-
signs of a cat person.
Okay. Make me a stealth check, and followed by your choice of perception or investigation.
Probably investigation, since I'm actually no, probably perception, because I can see the cage is here, but I can't see the ones there, so I might make out a silhouette.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's my reasoning, at least.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
All right, left will be perception, right will be perception.
Left will be stealth, you mean right will be
Stealth.
perception.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stealth.
I got what you meant.
Oh God.
Okay. What's the stealth total?
The stealth is 8 total, unfortunately.
Okay, 8 total.
Wait,
As
do I
you're
have one?
as you're stealthing around, you're
No, I
moving
don't.
between the trees. The two harpies and the goat clock you. The goat immediately begins to kind of move back and forth as as both of the harpies see you. One of the harpies throws a bone at the goat, and you watch as this happens. You watch as one of these two, all of them notice this, and you watch as this one wanders over and shouts in giant, which you don't understand, before he otherwise smacks the cage with the harpy in it, which swings back and forth. You go unnoticed
Yes. Thank you, Harpy.
as it wanders back over here with what's happening.
I
I would say
just-
with that stealth check, Jeff
Yes.
clocks where Kay is.
Okay. I'll relay to the party. So Kay's behind one of the trees.
There's
Okay.
trees ahead?
The
Confused.
the
Perception
perception.
Are we close enough to see the trees, or no?
I'll be asking in a moment your distance from the camp when we get there.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. With the unnatural 20, you see there are bones in this cage, and looking across the way, you can see that there are a number of forms in the ones further afield. One of them seems bipedal, even if it is kind of just as it stands up. The other two seem quadrupeds in some form. In the cages over here, the one that is bipedal seems to be this one right here.
That one? Got it.
I will mark that one with a
Not a quadrupedal.
not a quadrupedal. Let's mark it with a.
Horse,
I
obviously.
am NPC.
No, I'm gonna mark it with a.
Quadrupedal.
Yep.
I'm going to mark it with a human, so you know which one it is, and then I'm gonna find a quadrupedal tile.
Ooh, I wonder what they'll be.
Such as
Not a horse.
Displacer beast.
Displacer beasts are large.
So you can use tiny displacer
Actually, no.
beast.
I got a better one. The bipedal is going to be a snowman,
Oh,
No man.
Amazing.
and the quadruped is going to be.
You gotta use Derpy Boy, please.
No, he's too big.
But you can make him tiny.
I know I
You
can.
call
I'm just
not a-
lazy.
bipedal.
I'm just lazy. So not a bipedal. Let's go with a. You know what? I'm never going to get. I might not never get to use these tiles, so that's fine. And velociraptors.
Oh.
Amazing.
This is not what they actually are.
Bipedal?
If they were, I would tame them.
They
would be
got
my new
legs
pack.
on the front. They're quadrupedal tech. I know they're bipedal, but they're hunters. It's fine.
I would like to give a.
Fine.
I would like
But
to
you'll-
give a thankful nod to the harpy.
The harpy does look back in your general direction, but doesn't see you. It seems. It seems the distraction was good, but the harpy is too exhausted. You note that the condition that the harpies are in, they are bloodied, bruised, and they do not look like they've seen rest in a while. Jeff flies further around, and Jeff, with the perception check, will identify what Kay spotted. As Jeff sees the following. 1 tabaxi person, who I do not have a tile for, and 2 wolves.
Okay. Well,
As Jeff takes note of this.
I-
Jeff is finally flying around.
okay. I found a tabaxi and 2 wolves at the opposite end of the camp.
You note there are also bones in these ones here, and you also note that I'll say, actually no, you just notice the bones in these ones, as well as the tree itself is covered in these large red crystals.
Oh.
Oh. Huh.
As this
But
happens, you watch
actually-
as the little cyclops, or the runt, otherwise grabs one of the gricks, takes it, and just takes the knife next to it and chops the head off, pushes it to one side, and just leaves it bloodied on the rag, takes the next one, chops the head off, fishes into the bag for the eggs. What else does he find in there, Kay, if anything?
He will find. Hold on. See if I get something. Oh, yes, I know one thing that it would have. One random wooden figurine in there.
Okay, he reaches in as he grabs the eggs. I'm going to roll an investigation check for him. He reaches in, grabs the eggs, and scoops up the wooden figurine as he otherwise trudges back with it, and kind of notices it, saying in giant, "Hey, you found something odd in the nest. Those gricks must have been real craftsmen." And he otherwise holds it up as the two of them both look at him, and just goes, "Don't be daft. Gricks can't craft. Let me see that." And he wanders over and he grabs the figurine, taking a very close look at it. Not sure what it is. Just give it to the boss, though. I'm sure he'll find a use for it. And he otherwise passes it back to the smaller one, who then proceeds to put it in a pocket nearby. He otherwise looks over, goes and takes a seat back, and then proceeds to stare at the stew some more as the cook is currently working on it. As this one goes over and begins finally cutting the or slicing the gricks into pieces.
They have a boss. Just random bits of information Kay's relaying.
Yep.
This is what Damien hears, and Damien just motions to his shield. What I got him a shield?
Completely ignored because Cat is still looking through Jeff's eyes.
Yep. So Cat is blind and deaf at this point.
I'm
Then-
gonna try and get Jeff's attention because I'm pretty sure Kay could have seen Jeff with my 20.
The 20 was to look for things like the trees across and the cages. You wouldn't be looking up to see Jeff. So I'll say make me another perception check to see if you can spot Jeff in the sky.
I need to see Jeff. Let me see Jeff. Okay, no, I don't see Jeff.
No. You look around in the sky, and as you otherwise do, rain kind of drops into your eyes, or drops on the surface of your lenses on your mask, and you're kind of looking up. Can't seem to see anything as you otherwise kind of duck your head back down in your hiding position, not willing to expose your current location to them.
What I am going to do is this is a boulder, right?
Yes.
It's not very far away, so I'm gonna take it extremely carefully, moving from behind the tree, behind the boulder. I want
Okay.
to be in position for when this guy turns around to go back this way, to try and make it to that boulder.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh wait, these are large beds, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're huge beds, but yes.
I might be able to hide behind those.
Keep in mind they are bedrolls, so they're not like raised off the ground. They're just like they're just fabric that's been left on the floor.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, probably the board.
I'll say you go unnoticed moving to here. It's a short enough distance, and given the distraction before, you pretty confident you haven't been seen. Is Jeff going to continue circling, or is Jeff going to come back to you? Okay.
Jeff will carry on going round here and then reunite with us instead
Okay.
of just hammering straight through the middle of the camp.
No, I imagine going straight round. So
Yeah.
Jeff will be currently here, as Jeff otherwise he is also in Giant, which you understand. Oh, by the way, found some other people up near the pillar. Same as a friend over there. Kind of gestures a thumb towards the crystal-covered tree. What do you mean, friend? Same as him? Looking for him? Yeah, quite possibly. They asked me about a cat person. I assumed it was him. The figure in the cage otherwise seems to be following the conversation. They too speak Giant. As they look out, the Cyclops that's currently chopping the meat finally comes back with the kind of scooping up the cloth, pulling all the pieces with, and kind of goes over, grabs the eggs out of the or grabs the eggs from the runt and carries them over to the cook, and goes, "Well, I told them not to follow, so hopefully they didn't follow. Otherwise, they'd be stupid if they did. If the boss gets here and finds more of them, they're all dead. Rather not have to kill more of them." Why'd you do that? You're so merciful to the other creatures. There's no point wasting them. They've got lives too. I ain't gonna kill mercilessly unless I have to. You're strange for one of hunger. Look, my ways are my own, my teachings are my own. You question them, things will go poorly. You saw what happened to him when he ate a meal which hadn't been prepared properly. I bless our food, it stops us from becoming a problem. Capiche? Yes, I suppose. But if the boss hears of this, he'll want to go hunting for them. You realise that? That means we're going to be here another few days and we're almost out of food. We're going to have to eat that goat next. Maybe even the wolves. No, don't get to eat the wolves. The wolves are for Tibbs. Shut up about Tibbs. No one cares. But he's a friend. You watch as Jeff watches as the runt reaches down and grabs a bag. Roll me another perception check, please.
Oh, why do I
Not
get
Tib-
a bad
not-
feeling
not-
about
not-
this?
Not Tibbs, sorry, Figs. Sorry, got the
Figs.
name wrong. Figs.
No, what's Fig's gonna be?
Oh, you're 7.
7. You watch as he reaches down to the bag and otherwise kind of begins to stroke the top of the bag. You don't see anything. Does Jeff want to stick around to potentially see, or does Jeff want to come back and reconvene with you guys?
I
The more Jeff circles around, the higher chance he has of being spotted.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just bring him back.
Okay, Jeff will come back to the rest of the party.
So
Oh.
they have a pet called Figs, I think it was. God only knows what it is, but the wolves are for him. Or
Okay,
that.
you're a distance away, so you are not hearing what's happening. You're hearing in Giant as this is all kind of shouting out, as they're kind of shouting back and forth. This one comes and sits down on the rock, proceeds to kind of reach down. Actually, no, this is his rock, sorry. Comes and sits down on the rock and proceeds to otherwise grab a barrel and just kind of cracks the top off, and you see he just begins to chug water. What are the rest of you doing?
Right.
In this instance, I will say who is getting close and who is keeping their distance, and how close is also a question.
Right.
If
I'm
you're
keeping my
maneuvering into a
distance.
position, you can position yourself in anything on this half quadrant if you wish, on this lower half quadrant. Otherwise, going around the outside, as you are made aware that you could recourse to otherwise be on this kind of corner bit here, or if you wish to go further, you can join you can join from the other sides later on.
Where am I going to go? Because Damien, presumably, it's quite a nice clear view up the slope.
Yes, up the slope will be a lot easier to see. Yes,
Hang on,
whereas
where's
where
the
you're
slope?
coming, so at the moment you've got you see where there's these faint rocky areas.
Yep.
These are sloped areas leading down. This is a recess.
Oh, it's
in
like
the
a
middle.
delve. It's like a delve.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a delve in the middle. There are rocks and there's a few trees along the edge. So the best way to get view of this would be to be from this angle or more pronouncedly from this angle.
Well, Damien doesn't want to necessarily see or be seen, so Damien's going to go for wherever's probably going to be the best place to hide.
So probably the way you're coming then, because it means
Yeah,
you don't
and
have
he's
to do
gonna-
any excess movement. And you
I'm
can
going to
keep
be staying
distance.
back.
Okay. You're going to be staying back as to not be seen. Okay.
Yeah.
Cat, Vinny, and Lloyd. Lloydus will go with you, Cat.
Okay, we need to make a decision what we're going to do. I mean, we found what it is or who it is we're looking for. One of them's a pacifist, one of them genuinely is not a pacifist, and one of them seems a bit dippy. So, I don't know if negotiating with them is going to be something. If their boss turns up, apparently there's going to be a zero tolerance policy on we're going to get killed.
Right.
Did you get an idea of what exactly they want?
No idea, but they're leaving in about 24 hours. They're leaving tomorrow, so they've stated. This
I
is their last
recommend-
meal.
Well, depends if we kill them or not. I
We
recommend.
are not killing them.
No.
You want to
Yeah,
try?
good luck,
You phrased it
Damien.
that way.
If you
I
want to
recommend-
try, start designing a character now.
Yeah. I recommend.
Yeah, y'all
we-
can design a new character. Kay will not intervene.
I recommend that we try and free the Tabaxi as soon as possible. Vinny, are you able to speak with the wolves at all? Because I suspect that if any of us tried sneaking to get to Brass, the wolves would probably start howling like crazy. So you might need to talk to them and tell them to try and be quiet. You might even try to release them if possible. Even if
I
it's
can
a
definitely
decoy.
talk to them. How close are they, though?
I don't know.
They're the opposite side of the camp.
Yeah. So if you're in tabletop, you can see the two wolves on this side. The map is all there, isn't it? And it's all
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah.
So you can see the wolves that are there. I'll say this has all been relayed to you via Cat speaking.
Okay.
I'll
three
probably
different
drawing
phases.
into like the ground with a stick, but like this is the camp. There's trees here, trees here, beds are here, stones here, campfire and cooking pots there.
And Kay's there.
Kay, last time I saw him was behind this tree, behind the not a goat, not a horse. So pretty sure it looks like a horse, but you know it's got a name tag that says not a horse, so I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess maybe. I mean, I don't want to be seen because if I'm seen or if I try sneaking, things go badly wrong. So whomever's gonna try to do the sneaking, and free the Tabaxi, I recommend maybe sneaking round the west side if possible. I mean, I'll try and get in a position which is hidden from them, but at least can see you guys.
They are northwest. There are two harpies to the south of the camp, and
Ooh.
would Jeff have seen the harpies winding up the goat and getting told off?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And Jeff would that moment would have noticed that Kay was
okay, yeah,
was
fair.
running behind the tree, and I'd say the connection would be difficult for you to spot. So you probably wouldn't have noticed that the harpies were potentially helping Kay.
No, but the harpies seem active. I mean, they were antagonizing the goat, and then the giant god Cyclops come over and screamed at them. So,
Ooh.
they are very much alive, but I don't imagine they're happy in there. So,
They might provide a distraction then.
true. I don't think we're going to be able to negotiate with them. I mean, the one who's a pacifist is outnumbered by the two, and if the boss turns up, I would say...
we should act before the boss.
Yeah, I would say it'd be great to sneak in there maybe at nightfall, but depending entirely when this boss is due to return, which could be imminently, considering they're having their last meal today. Our odds are not great.
Are they eating right now?
No, they were.
They're still preparing.
They're preparing it because they can't. They're not going to eat it quickly because it's got to be perfect and ready. Otherwise, it doesn't taste good.
I'm thinking let's get in closer. See if we can spot anything. I can creep around, attempt to pacify the dogs. I should be able to pick the locks in the cages.
Okay.
Something to
assuming-
know about the cages that I should actually mention.
Mm-hmm.
The cages are suspended off the ground, hanging from the trees.
Hmm.
That's something I did fail to mention.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
far off the ground?
The trees are quite tall, so they're probably about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Probably at the highest point, which would be for the harpies and for brass, they are about 6 feet off the ground.
Would a goat survive dropping to the ground like that?
Depends. The goat's not necessarily a great condition.
Probably not.
It might just fall to the ground and then fall unconscious. You have no idea. Goats don't take fall damage, potentially. You don't know. You've never fought a goat before.
There's one last thing. Out of all of the trees there, the one that Brass is in has red crystals on it. The other trees don't. I don't know what the
That's
crystals
not
are.
good. That's concerning.
I think the only people who might know what this is. Lloyd, are you proficient in history and/or arcana?
I believe I am in history. Yes,
Go
I am.
ahead. Are you
I am
proficient
in history as
arcana?
well.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I will say, Lloyd, go ahead and make me a history check with disadvantage. Damien, are you proficient in arcana?
Nope.
Make a history check with disadvantage, then, please.
I'm in
Okay.
both, but I don't think I know what this is.
I will say. I would say the DC will be high for you, Kat, but you can go ahead and make me a roll because you're
Well,
proficient.
I
in
have
both.
no fucking clue.
No disadvantage.
Okay.
Nope, and I don't think I have much of a clue
Did
either.
you say with disadvantage, yeah?
With no disadvantage because you have both proficiencies, but the DC is going to be higher.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, come on now, roll 3.
Fucking hell!
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Nice.
Red crystals. You're as much in the dark about them as you are now, as you will be going forward.
Lend it.
Mm,
I genuinely don't know what they mean.
Hey, look, the other ones were are in 3s. 7, 10, 13.
Oh my goodness. It's an omen. It's a
Have
sign.
we have we got a really long stick to poke the crystals with? I mean, we could find out that way.
Last time I poked a crystal, the crystal shot back. Turns out it was actually bugs, but
Yeah, we really. If those crystals do something, we really don't want them to. Right, while we're there.
hang on. What is detect
That's what
magic?
10-foot poles for.
Detect magic is on self. That's not much useful to me. I was gonna try and cast it on Jeff.
Could... Oh no, I can't do anything either with my spells. No.
Okay, while they're discussing this, is there anything you'd like to do during this time? You recalled the rats to you, as I saw in the
Yes.
message you sent. All the rats have recalled to you, and they're now hiding either on your form or around the area.
Okay. Well, I had a second thought about making it across here. I don't know what the party intends to do.
Actually, it's a really good point.
I want. How dark is it currently?
Currently, I'd say you've still got. It's quite light out, despite it's nearing dim light at this current point. As it currently stands, it's rain that's coming down, so it's not obscuring too much, but it still is cloudy out, so it's not the best light that you'd be able to get. It's not like it's blaring sunlight outside, but isn't like it's a very heavy rain and you can barely see anything. It's that nice middle ground where you can still see a distance, but it's rainy weather, so it's a little bit grey.
I want to wait for it to be a little bit darker before I try and do anything by myself, because Kay currently is covered in like dark clothing, so
Yeah.
it's better for him to take advantage of the darkness rather than make too much of a scene when it's lighter.
Okay.
So,
So you'll hang fire until it either begins to get darker or
or
the
somebody
party
comes to
does
find
something.
me.
I have an idea. Does Cat know that Kay has control of the rats? Can we establish that? Does she know? Because I mean, we've now been following rats, which have been a trail, and I've seen it a couple of times. And...
I'll say you know the rats are friends with Kay. You don't know to what extent.
Okay, I'm gonna send Jeff over to where I last saw Kay. Land him sort of like around here
Okay.
somewhere. Right.
Yep.
And do I have control over Jeff's mimicry, like volume-wise? He's not just gonna
You have
scream K, is he?
I would say you don't understand how his mimicry works, but you can ask him to say something.
Okay.
You don't know as to whether he'll do it loud or not, and I'll probably base that on a roll.
Right. So, okay. Right. To start with, can I see K? Actively looking for him.
Who's a
Make
good boy?
me a
Who's a
perception
good
check.
boy?
This will be versus the 8 from previously. For Kay.
Oh dear.
That is.
Oh.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff otherwise flies over and lands. With that perception, I'll say you can see Kay and you can just about hear the conversation off in the distance. If you wish to focus on one or the other, I'll leave that choice to you.
I'm going to go up to the back of K, and Jeff is like just literally going to hop quietly, and go over to K and peck against his boot.
Okay.
Leg.
You notice Jeff.
There's a hole in my boot.
Looks for the hole. Shakes head.
Your foot's in it.
Okay. So I'm going to instruct Jeff to quietly as possible say to Kay, rats, check crystal in trees for trap.
Make me a constitution check with Jeff, please.
What? Oh, that'd be
17 plus 16.
Okay. Not Kay. Jeff maintains volume correctly. Doesn't go over the top, doesn't screech. Jeff maintains the correct volume for this. Enough that Kay can hear, but not too much that anybody else can hear.
Okay.
Alright.
So Jeff is currently on the ground. Do you wish to do anything else with Jeff?
I'm waiting for a response, or if he does it, I genuinely have no idea. I'm just waiting.
Kay's just gonna nod. He's not gonna make a sound. Cause, yeah.
Okay. I will wait for the feedback then.
I am going to send out 5 rats to go around this way to go and investigate. Because I saw that neither of these 2 trees had crystals, so you can guess that this one probably does.
Okay. And they
So-
will remain within your 120-foot range, so they are able to maintain this order. Okay. You send the 5 rats around, scurrying as best they can. Make me a stealth check for them, please.
Stealth check for them. Give me 1 sec to pull up their info.
Hooray for
There's
familiars
the
and swarms.
a plus 2. Got it.
Plus 2. Okay.
I hate it when it does that. So it's a 11.
11. The rats run around, seemingly unnoticed, as the Cyclopses seem a little bit preoccupied with the fire in the middle. As the 3 rats run around, or 5 rats run around, they begin to touch the tree. You lose control of the rats. You don't see why. No one is close enough to see.
I turn to the bird. I sent them and lost control of them. They touched the tree and I don't know what happened.
Right. Jeff will nod. I'm going to quickly jump back to Cat, and so could have a new problem. We're not too sure what happened. I just asked Kay if he can send some rats to inspect the tree. With the crystals, the rats made contact with the tree, and he said he lost contact with them.
That's not good.
Right, so in that case, we might have difficulty freeing anything from that tree. Did Jeff notice how high up the cages were?
There. Would Jeff have noticed? Yeah, he would have noticed because he's seen them.
Yeah.
About 6-foot-ish off the
Right.
floor.
Yeah, four for the wolves, 6 for brass.
Yeah, so 4 for
That's-
wolves, 6 for brass.
That's going to be inaccessible then, probably. That's not good.
Unless someone comes with me, so that I
I-
can stand on their shoulders.
I can always lift you up or pull the cage down, but it'll make a lot of noise. We'll need a good distraction.
What about well, Vinny, you've got a bow, don't you? Have you got any torches?
Good question.
I'm just thinking that perhaps we could set fire to the tree.
Oh, well, that's going to be subtle and slow. Is it rope or chain they're attached to the tree via?
Rope.
Potentially, we could sever the rope.
What with magic?
Could use magic, or we could be very skilled with a bow. I mean, there's ways around things. I mean,
How sneaky are you, Romulus?
Let me check. Elevator music plays.
wading through rats.
On a
Welcome.
scale of 1 to 100, 2.
Even I can see Romulus from here.
I'm also quite big, but that
Hmm.
doesn't mean I can't hide.
Yeah, if the two of us got close, we could just cut the cage down and run off with it.
We could. I could carry it and run, but I'd be a bit slow. Depending on how quick those giants are, I might not be able to get away, and I don't think I can fight them on my own.
So we
Could
need a
we
very
then provide some kind of crossfire as a distraction? So, say if we took up 3 other positions, maybe from the north, south, and the east, to distract.
What's the terrain like around here? Is this a giant hill? Is this all
This
flat?
is the middle where the camp is a delve. Anywhere where you can see faded rocks around the outside is a slope going upwards.
So here, this is on a slope.
So, yes, that's on a slope. That would be a rock kind of leaning inwards, almost like an overlook.
So it's sloping inwards from
It's
the
sloping
edge of the map.
inwards from the edge of the map. Yeah, the
In
only
every
place that
single
it's not
direction.
sloping is this bit here, where it would then go down further into Moor Valley below. So the only way that's looking up would be the bit that's off map over here.
Okay. So, I mean, potentially, I could... This is going to take some time because there's a big old rock. I don't know how deep it is. We could destabilize the rock that's to the north of the camp. Or I could send Jeff up behind the rock and scream quite loudly with his mimicry and maybe get their attention.
Jeff and Kay, at this moment, you note movement as this Cyclops gets up, points its finger at both of these two, and then wanders over here.
Jeff would have notified me of that.
I'm gonna say to Jeff, can you see what they are doing?
No, you're not
No,
ready
you're
yet.
still alive, Infernal. It's fine.
The party hasn't moved yet, so
Okay.
they're fine. They're still
Oh, I
discussing.
see. We've made some progress.
Right, I'm gonna quickly take Jeff because that and take him over to like this branch and see if I can see what he's doing. But I'm not going to go over too close because I'm not wanting to proc anything yet
Okay.
at all.
Jeff, make me a perception check, please.
Come on, Jeff, be a good boy.
While they're doing that,
Oh, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Thankfully, you rolled low. As from this angle, you can see he is relieving himself, but you do not see too much into it.
Oh!
As you watch as the otherwise pulls the bit of furs down in front of him again, and otherwise wanders back. Before you watch as the otherwise kind of lifts his hand up to the rain, washes it a bit, and then puts his hands over the fire for a moment before sitting back down and picking up his spoon again.
So literally, all the party see is just Cat go, oh, go completely pale white and look horrified.
What did you see? Did they kill anyone?
I'm gonna send
Are you
Jeff
okay?
back over here.
Okay.
And
Is Jeff just listening to Kay then? at this
yeah,
stage?
just
Not
say
listening?
P, and then I'm gonna go back to the party and just yeah. So the idea, how are we gonna approach this, guys?
I think the only plan is some of us make a distraction while the rest of us sneak in.
Okay, right.
So who can make a distraction and not die?
So basically, I think the plan is that Romulus and Vinny go round the left, and try and free one of the cages, Ross's cage, whereas the other three of us,
Didn't someone with
there, is
stealth?
maybe in the south, the east, and the north, make distractions, or alternatively, we could. Kat suggested that we dislodge this great big rock as a distraction.
Or I put Jeff behind the rock so they can't see and use his
And make
mimicry.
a loud noise.
Make noises like talking loudly.
What, like, yo, we're over here, dudes! Come get us!
Or I could just say I see you, P.
We need to make sure whatever we do as a distraction, it gets all three.
I have. Damn. Thaumaturgy is only your voice, right?
You can mimic. Thaumaturgy makes your voice louder. Yes.
Okay, so I can't use it to make other people's voices louder.
If it's touch, then you can.
It's 30 foot. But oh, you mean if I
30
touch
foot-
them then?
Does
Yeah.
it say under the conditions? Is it target creature, or does it say it makes your voice?
No,
louder?
it
So if
just said makes your voice louder.
So it's just your voice that can
Okay.
affect. Okay.
That.
Well, so while you're continuing to scheme, Kay, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes. Just as carefully as before, I am making it back to this tree.
Okay.
And I am going to climb the tree and get into a position where I can clearly see the harpy.
Let's just say Jeff
And-
is on Kay's shoulder.
I'll
so
say
it's
Jeff
back.
is following. Yeah, Jeff is following.
I'm going to try and whisper, "Can you hear me or understand?"
Go ahead and make me an athletics or acrobatics check to climb the tree initially. Just while I look up to see what languages a harpy speaks. No, that's not the right book. That's the right book.
Scream.
Oh dear.
Can I say I'd have advantage since I can make my hands metal?
And use them as climbing spikes.
Yeah.
I'll say the first. What was your total for the first one?
You said acrobatics.
Or athletics, your choice.
It would be acrobatics. Total would be an 9.
Okay.
For
With a
the-
9, you managed to climb up part of the tree, but it is getting slippery, and you're losing your grip. So I'll say you use your claws, digging them in, and stopping your stuff from slipping. So that should be fine.
Okay.
And you otherwise climb up, and go ahead and make me a stealth check, please. This will be to generally hide, and then it will be a Constitution check afterwards to speak loud enough without breaking your stealth. So 2 rolls there.
Alright,
First one is stealth. Second one is Constitution check.
Alright, stealth is okay.
Good. Stealth is good. You are unseen as you otherwise climb up. Let's make a stealth check for Jeff as well, please.
Oh, right. Oh,
And
yes.
con check, yeah.
Con is 7, I think. Yeah, 7.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff.
What's Jeff's total?
7. No, hang on, no, because it's a completely different thing, isn't it? Here. What is stealth? Stealth is.
Good question. Good question.
Stealth is dex. Okay. What can Jeff do? That's plus 2, so that's 5.
I'm going to eat Jeff. I swear.
5. Okay. The harpy's turn, seeing Jeff, and then noticing you a moment later, Kay, as Jeff kind of hops onto the wood, and is very shiny. As they notice you, the Cyclopses still don't seem to notice, as they seem to be a distance away.
That's good.
But the harpy notices you, and as you begin to speak out, it kind of moves up and presses itself against the edge of the cage, its claws wrapping around the exterior, or the bars on it. Kind of presses itself to try and hear.
I'm going to sit Jeff down behind a tree and tell it to stay.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check for Jeff, please, Cat, because it's your familiar. Let's see if it follows somebody else's orders, or if it's going to get the, or if your prior orders are going to get the better of it.
That's 15 plus. Oh no! Jeff's
Minus
4!
-4, so that is an 11. Jeff rides the line of this DC and stays tight, but not for long.
I don't need long. I just need to get close enough so I can hear.
Okay. With your stealth carrying over, yep, you move over.
Can you understand?
Yes, I can understand. You're here to help. We won't kill you if you help us escape.
We mainly came for one over there, pointing to cage over there, but I can't ignore that you helped me.
Yes, free us too. Free us too when you free your friend.
Can you still fly?
Yes. Not fast, but we can. We can't fight. Not going to be much help here.
When my friends make move, I will free you both.
Thank you. Matriarch, watch over you. This one nods and begins to speak to the other one in almost, not chirping sounds, but almost light clicks as you make your way back. And Jeff, at that moment, kind of goes to catch up with you and hops back over to you.
Would Jeff have heard what Kay said?
Make me a perception check.
Oh god, it's just gonna be a 3. What am I gonna roll? But hey, let's see. Well, perception. That's plus 3, that's 11.
Yeah, Jeff would have heard that.
Okay, Kay.
Jeff was close enough to understand.
I'll report to the party. So when this all goes down, Kay is gonna free the 2 harpies that are on the southern side of the camp.
That's a good idea.
That doesn't sound good.
They've said
Romulus?
that they're going to keep him. They're gonna. They are not going to harm us.
Oh, so they can speak our language?
Yeah, apparently so. But they're just gonna pretty much fly away from what I can assume.
I've seen what happens to things that they eat. It still doesn't really feel good for me, but I guess if they... I'll trust Kay.
They're a mess. They are bloodied. They are bruised. They're not going to be able to fight.
Oh, okay, we can take them. That's fine.
Oh,
No, just
you
let them
can't
go.
talk with Jeff, correct?
I can talk with Jeff.
Oh, you
mimicry.
can? Can you tell him when he frees them? They're probably gonna be able to get to the cat person faster than Kay can. Can he ask him to free him?
I don't know if it's going to be Kay that's going to be rescuing the cat people rather than we're going to have a separate party rescue them. We don't know the condition of Brass. He might not
Kay
be able
is
to
not
walk.
touching that tree.
Not
Yeah,
only
we are
that, but we need to take
summoning-
it from a range.
We are summoning mercenaries for this particular task.
Because I can make like a big dragon sound or something to try and scare them off.
Hmm.
Well, let's scare the harpies, though. You could try it, I suppose.
Hang on, these things like gricks. Can you make a grick sound to the north? It might attract them.
Yeah. I believe I've heard Grix because we fought them.
Yeah,
Right?
we've been
Yeah,
fighting
you
them for
have.
ages.
They make like a light bird screech sound when they fight. Kay
I
and
can-
Jeff. At
Yes.
this moment, you both watch as the cook begins dishing up the food into bowls for these ones. You see that there is some. I'll say, Kay, you feel some kind of magic go into the food, and then you watch as it goes from almost this sickly mess to becoming what looks to be a slightly more transparent and nicer looking food, before it begins to be spooned into bowls where they then proceed to eat. And you watch as the runt gets out the small bag and kind of pulls it forward and holds it up to the bowl for a moment before taking his own spoonfuls. And you can still hear them talking. They are talking amongst themselves, it seems.
Well, they're eating dinner now. Just as an update.
Time to strike. Time to do it.
Let's.
I can try and do the sound thing behind the rock hole. Can we even see anything? Or are we too far away?
You are currently away and you're still deciding your positions. As it currently stands, you're still conferring what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So you're all
what is
down
our
here.
sight like? What is our sight line? Can we
You-
see any of the rocks or anything?
You've got a
So-
pseudo map that I've drawn. You can see
Yeah,
like a big
you've got-
boulder.
Yeah,
Big
you've got
boulder
a pseudo
here.
map that Cat's drawn. You're currently just behind the lip of the edge over here,
Okay.
which then leads downwards into here where there's the delve, and then it continues downwards further onto the on the
Okay.
western front. The rest of this is slightly raised
Can I
up
see this
around.
rock or no?
Through Cat's description, yes.
Okay. We could try and wrap around and I can make some sounds behind the rock over there.
Okay. So
Maybe they get
how are we going to do
distracted.
this? So we're going to split into two parties potentially. One's going to be the rescue team. One's going to be distraction. Is this correct?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's the play.
Okay. Now let's
Air rescues.
let's
one of-
establish which team is which. Kay is on his own mission to
Yeah,
rescue the
Kay is
harpies.
Doing his own
gonna
thing.
be the harpies. and then-
Yeah.
I will let him know that there is a rescue party heading to the North Tree. So after he's done the harpies, hopefully he can then rendezvous with the Northern Tree group.
I'll
Yeah.
go with Vinny so I can lift him up or carry the cage away, depending on what happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending on how much time we have.
Damn,
The
I was gonna ask Romulus to carry me back. It's faster.
Not while
What-
carrying you.
Oh,
What am I doing?
well,
I
you.
think you're protecting me.
I think you're probably going to be at the distraction team.
So
I need
I'm-
to be within 30 foot of where I make that sound.
I'm going with you then round the east. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And as soon as I make the sound, you need to
Hmm.
hold my hand and drag me fast away.
15, 20, 25, 30,
I usually
40,
only hold
45,
certain people's hands, but I guess I can make an exception here.
1995, 100. What is the range?
Oh. I don't need you to hold my hand, I just need you to pull me fast enough.
If I do that by the leg, that could be an issue.
Okay.
You gonna say, Vinny?
How nimble did the centaurs, not centaurs,
Cyclops.
the
Cyclopses.
cyclopses look? When they
Um,
see being around?
I'll say give me a general insight check to gauge each of them and their quote-unquote skills sets.
11 plus 5, so 16.
Okay. So looking at each of them, the cook looks way more robust compared to the other two. Not necessarily stronger, but looks more well built. The general nature of it you get is a kind of a a good cook, someone who's used to working with food, someone who's good at doing their job, and someone who's very good at what they do. But they don't have a club. They have a knife, it would seem, a big knife at their side. The hunter, who also seems to be capable of magic, has a pick and a shovel as their main weapons, it would seem. This one in question also has what looks to be kind of a tougher, scarred skin. So they seem to be kind of more naturally weathered by combat and other skills as such. And the small one, the runt, looks feebler compared to the others, but as a result appears more nimble.
You also have an unidentified pet in the fray.
Also true.
Bag pet.
A bag pet.
Is it a bag puss?
It could
Trademark.
possibly be a bag puss.
It could be.
Trademark.
The bag I will note is pretty big. It could fit one of you guys in.
Oh, amazing.
So it's not a small bag.
Wait, it could fit a cat in there. I mean, that's a massive bag.
It could fit a Romulus or a cat in there. Yeah, it's a big bag. It's quite small, but you can tell from when he kind of lifts it, it does expand. It's quite stretchy.
Ooh, it's a pufferfish bag. Or a TARDIS bag.
Okay.
I
What
want
the
that
hell is a
bag.
TARDIS?
I want that bag.
It's a spell, I think.
What, TARDIS?
Yeah, I'm not too
TARDIS.
sure. I can only assume.
Must be one of those new schools of magic we haven't learned.
It's a legend that I was taught in Paloon of a random blue box. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, we're going to go for it then. So we've got the stealth team, which
I'll say
Consists
Lloyd,
of Lloyd and
you
Damien.
position us.
Yeah.
I
Rescue
love it.
Team over here.
Very
Vinny
much
and
a
Romulus
stealth
over
team.
here. Position yourself somewhere on this left flank accordingly. Romulus will do the same.
What's Cat doing?
Cat is currently uncertain. I could go with you to create help with the distraction, or
Yeah.
I could go with the stealth team and help shoot down the cages.
What's the range on your connection with Jeff?
120.
Okay, so you will not be able to go beyond this line without losing connection to Jeff.
Okay.
And if you lose connection to Jeff, that means that Jeff will then be in default mode, which is follow K, which means if K gets caught, Jeff gets caught.
Oh, well,
And Jeff will then be susceptible to being killed. So keep that in mind.
well, then at least I'll know where they are.
It'll only be the second time.
Yeah. Okay, so I will probably go with the stealth party, but won't completely approach. It's also good for, as I'm one of the only ones that can actually speak to these giants, should we end up in a situation where we're completely caught, I can at least understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can create a secondary distraction if we need it.
So I will hang around this area while the stealth party go up this way. The noisy party can go up there, and then the stealth party will keep going past where I am.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you positioning yourself, Kat? Everyone's positioning themselves.
I will probably position myself like maybe behind this rock here.
So there, okay.
Yeah.
And
I think I know what-
Lloyd, are you moving round or are you
Yeah.
approaching from this direction?
We're gonna move around
yeah,
together.
we're moving around, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in which case I would like stealth checks from everybody with the exception of K. Damien, I will say your disadvantage is being counteracted by distance, so you don't have to worry about having disadvantage, but everyone still has to make a check.
I am
Yeah,
going to cast Land Stride on myself.
Okay.
So I'm not slipping
Oh,
around.
so you're not slipping around or dealing with the terrain? Yep,
Yeah.
sounds good.
No, that's not. Well, the distraction team can be a distraction.
They are gonna be a bit of a
It
distraction.
looks like we won't even get to use our distraction. We'll be
No.
the distraction.
Okay, so Damien and Lloyd, what are your totals?
That's a 0.
That's a
Uh,
3.
Okay.
Yeah, the distraction team is a distraction.
We are a distraction. We are just gonna
We are
get killed
definitely
very quickly.
distracting.
Okay, Kat, you are here. Romulus and Vinny, you are here. I am going
Oh.
to shrink this because I mean it's in the way at the moment. It's fine. It's only got 2 dice in it. It's nothing special. I'm just going to shrink it so that I can do this. So, as you're proceeding to move into your positions, Jeff alerts you immediately, Kat. The rest of you are a little bit... Vinny and Romulus, you are made unaware of this initially because you're behind the rock and you do not hear anything. As you take note as both of these two Cyclopses kind of turn and look in that direction. And
What Vinny's and Lloyd's and
towards
Damien's?
No,
Lloyd and
Lloyd and Damien.
as this one immediately kind of puts his bowl down, picks up his shovel and pickaxe, and you watch as he begins to crouch and stalk in this direction. He is going to make a stealth check now. Okay, what are your passive perceptions? And you're
Pretty
working.
high.
Now. Here's a question, you two. Were you guys walking in such a way that you weren't going to be easily seen, or were you walking in a way that you could be easily seen?
Not easily seen.
Yeah, I mean, given that I'm a
Yeah,
massive
we're
person
trying
in
to like
hulking,
completely
clanking armor,
run around.
I'm
In
going to
which
be
case-
sneaking at slow pace.
In which case, -5 from your perception because this is based on sight.
Even better. Right, cool. So that's 7 on my part.
Wait, -5 to our perception.
So passive perception.
Passive perception because it's based on sight in this instance, and you were trying not to be seen by
okay.
taking a place out of
Uh,
sight. So what
14.
was it? 14. Okay. Lloyd, you hear the sounds of kind of moving and kind of just general grunting, but you know that they have been moving around recently. They are on the move. You just do not know what for or in what direction.
Damien, they're moving.
I'm
They're not-
getting
They've stopped eating, it seems.
I'm getting the bird's attention to alert cat. Alert cat.
Just grabs Jeff, slaps him across the face, tell Cat.
Oh Jesus! They're away.
You-
I'm on my own.
Yeah. Vinny and Romulus, you move around this, around the rock. Make your perception check. I'll say both of you make this. Romulus are a natural 1.
Oh,
Romulus is
God.
oblivious.
Complete.
Okay, Damien, or not Damien, Vinny, you look around the rock and you immediately see these 2 Cyclopses just wandering off as the cook is putting his food down, and you watch as he's beginning to grab his knife. But you see, instead of going with them, he's backing off over here and stops here. But they're all looking in this direction at this point.
Cat. Slap. 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 Cat. Slap.
I,
Slap.
I, I'm going to Jeff because Jeff is having a nervous breakdown right now. Okay.
Just alarm bells in Jeff's head.
Just Jeff kind of nods, and I'm going to take Jeff. There's a lipish here, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a lip that they're currently hiding behind as well.
Okay, I'm taking Jeff down this, and he's skirting the lip right just above the ground.
Okay. If you're going just above the ground, this will take 2 rounds.
That's
So at this point, Lloyd and Damien, what are you doing? You hear movement, but that's not out of the question. That's not unexpected.
I assume a perception check won't help, right?
You can do an active perception check to look over the lip and try and get a better look, yeah?
Would that have a chance of me being spotted directly?
Possibly. If they're looking at you, it's a chance, but you don't know what's going on at the moment. You just hear movement.
If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do a perception check, that'll determine what I do, depending on what you actually see.
Yeah.
So if you perceive them, then I'm going to be informed of what I do rather than
Just doing it randomly.
panicking,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
All right, Damien, I'm gonna take a look.
Okay.
See where they're heading.
Right, make me a perception check.
Please roll well. Nope.
Perception check. That is 14 again.
Okay. Looking over the lip and with the good line of sight on this instance, you lock eyes or eye with the Cyclops currently bearing at you. It is going to release its held action as a rock is firing its way towards you. You will have 3/4 cover because of the lip, and it's going to make the attack against you. In this instance, I'll say
Oh.
because we'll do this play by play, I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
And I think now is the good time to switch up this music.
Well, it was nice knowing you all, party. Yeah,
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh yes, that's what I want to roll.
Oh, nice. Perfect. It's time for the
Okay.
grab my hand play.
Okay. So, Lloyd, what is your
Okay.
AC?
My AC, but 3/4 is how much?
+5.
+5. That is a total of 16.
That hits.
Oh,
Fuck.
okay, well,
Ooh.
looks like I need my
Well,
shield.
Are you
Uh-huh.
going to, seeing as you see this happen and you're aware that Lloyd's doing something and he might expose himself, I will say you can use your reaction to impose if you want.
I think I'm going to have to do my shield,
Okay.
which I'm now trying to find again because fighting style.
Oh, and Lloyd, because you weren't here, you have cast aid on everybody today
Yeah.
because you knew something was
I
going to
saw
go.
my spell points and I have 8
Yeah.
under my HP.
Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm doing. Wait, hang on, do I see the target?
You can
Oh,
see.
yeah,
You can see the target. Twilight is Lloyd.
Cool.
Yeah.
Other
At
than
this point,
you-
I'd say you watch as this rock woof, shoots through the air, just about hits the edge of the rock where Lloyd is looking over, and it strikes into the rock, which shatters and peppers him with stones.
Right,
You
so
move up to bring your shield up.
Yeah,
Go
I'm using
ahead
my
and
reaction.
roll the damage reduction.
Which is-
You will be minusing it from 30.
oh my
Ow.
god! So I need to roll a d10, which is the green die.
Yep.
And then it's plus my proficiency, which I will check again in a
Plus
second.
2. Should be this level.
Oh, thank
Oh,
3. You
Wow.
take 27 points of damage, Lloyd.
It was nice knowing you. Lloyd.
Yikes.
Are you up?
That would one-shot me.
You feel the rock as it crashes in, the bits of rock scattering across you, before you otherwise hear a bellow as the shovel is slammed onto the ground in this instance. I would like Damien and Lloyd to both make me wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh
It's-
goodness.
Oh boy.
And one group had
This was a
fallen.
held action. God damn! What kind of a?
Okay.
Wisdom
okay.
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, yeah.
So 23.
14. I really love those 14s today.
Okay, so 14 just succeeds,
Oh.
and the 23 obviously succeeds as you both manage to shrug off your fear of this moment as you begin to realize just what's happened. As the two of you with the rocks now broken, the Cyclopses can see you, you can see them. You see your companions nowhere in sight.
Was my perception check an action or?
Your perception check would have been an action to peek over the top and look, yes. But
Okay.
we're going to be going back into initiative now. As
Oh, okay.
part of this.
Okay.
So, 25 to 20, while I write in our friends here.
23.
21.
25.
Oh,
Jesus
how many
Christ,
do I
guys,
have?
Calm down.
Hold on. So,
Hold on a second.
okay, so, Damien, what did you get?
23?
23. Okay.
Yep. Nat 20.
21.
21. And Vinny?
25.
Oh my goodness, you guys. I haven't even rolled for the Cyclopses yet.
Don't bother, we've already gone.
I mean, might as well be.
They'll be dead by
Alright.
the time their turn comes around, Chris. Don't worry. Come on.
Okay, the
You
cook
don't have to roll.
got that. The hunter got that. And
Hang on, I'm just going to put
oh, wait, no,
this
that
in.
goes- that's
So hang on, Vinny.
And
let's remove
the runt
pile.
has that. Okay, so 20 to 15.
Oh, hang on.
Who got 21? Sorry.
So Vinny's for
I
it'll
got
be Vinny,
21.
Damien,
Kay.
and Kay. in
Cool.
that order.
Got the first three.
What is initiative? What do I add? Apparently, find familiar. My familiar has its own initiative.
It takes its turn after yours.
Okay.
That is a house rolling that we just
Oh,
use. That
right,
pets
okay.
take their turn immediately after yours because it
That's good
saves
to
on the
know.
combat problem of familiar stuff. Unless you want to roll separately for it.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so 20 to 15, sorry? 15 to 10.
Wait. 10.
10. Cat.
5.
5. And I need to roll for Romulus. Because he's joining the combat. Natural 1. Hooray!
Damn it,
He gets a
Romulus.
total of -2. Oh no, minus. Yeah.
I
minus
like
2.
how the tanks have just literally swapped initiative rolls.
Yeah, they have. It's pretty nutty.
Yep.
All right. So that goes there. 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 And that goes there. Okay. So top of the round, Vinny, you see the rock hurtle across the nearby area, striking into the ledge where this is, and you watch as Damien lifts his shield to protect Lloyd as best he can. But you watch Lloyd take some pretty big hits. They are going to bruise, and you're surprised he's not dead.
Christ, well now or never, I guess. How quickly can I move while not necessarily being super loud?
Half movement.
Oh boy.
So you can optionally take difficult terrain in order to preserve a stealth check. However, I believe as general rule is it's just you can move up to 20 feet traditionally, but then you can't move any further than that. But I just house rule it as half distance because rogues can still run and be quiet.
Yeah, so I can still dash with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still dash and bonus action dash if you want to maintain your stealth.
Brilliant. So 5, 10,
And
15.
5,
10, 15.
Keep in mind you'll still want to be out of line of sight should any of them turn, otherwise they will automatically discover you.
Yes. Yeah, 5, 10, 15.
Okay. I'll say you're generally in a position where you can either slide or crouch behind this.
Yeah.
That should be fine. Okay. Okay, then it's the end of your turn, Vinny. Damien, you are up. You just watched this happen. What do you do?
Oh my god.
Thank you. I'll shrink him in a way.
Oh yeah.
Good question. I'm wondering if players' reaction is pretty much what Damien's going to be doing, which is probably freezing. Jeez, what the hell would Damien do in this situation? Besides continue sucking on a rhubarb and custard.
Let me quickly name them so that I know who's who. Oh wait, no. Cook was greens. Cook. Hunger.
I think probably what I'm going to do is try and drag Lloyd away, back in the direction we came from.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 if you wish to spend your action to do so as well.
Yep.
Okay, I will say you are now safely behind total cover, so you have moved further along the ledge to avoid having more rocks hurled at you, so they cannot currently hit you with rocks. I will say at this point you do see Jeff as he swoops around to kind of meet up with you at the ledge,
Right.
and you can see Jeff heading towards you.
Have I got a bonus action still or not?
Yes, you do.
In that case, good question. Let's have a look. What do you think might I be able to do?
Should have faced probably the only thing which really would do much. Here.
Yeah. Which I've got prepared. I mean, I could cast that on Lloyd. Yeah, sure. Let's just give Lloyd a couple of AC.
You might need it.
Oh yeah. 13.
I mean, I'm assuming Lloyd is incredibly bloodthirsty.
30. Yeah, that ain't gonna do great. Oh well, it's fine. So, with that is the end of your turn. Kay, you are up.
Alright. I am going to use my claws to like hang on to the side of the branch of the limb here, where I can't see them, they can't see me. And I'm just gonna like shimmy my way down here, and I'm going to ask this one since I'm close enough to where it can definitely hear me.
Okay.
If things go poorly, can you help me rescue them? We can't touch the tree.
I've rolled initiative for the harpy, so I know where they are in the initiative order should they join. The harpy looks back at you. Make me a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage because it's currently in captivity and you're not. And you're optionally trying to help it.
Yep.
Okay. It looks at you in that moment and it watches it surveys the area around and goes, "We help where we can."
Okay. And I'm going to. Where's the door of this cage?
The doors are on one of the sides closest to the Cyclopses.
Okay, I'm going to have. Are the doors covered by ropes? Like, is it being held closed by a rope?
The doors are held in place by a wooden block that can be twisted, pushed, or pulled to otherwise remove it from its lock. But it's otherwise held in by what looks to be some form of iron bracket to stop it from shifting on its own. It's very hard to maneuver and work with from the inside, given the location, but it would be possible to kind of slip your hand from your direction, slip to the outside, slide the metal brace across, and then slide the block to open the door.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I don't want to do it too soon, otherwise these guys will catch on.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a couple rats go to this one's iron brace, and another couple rats go to this one's iron brace to prepare to move them.
Moving the iron brace will not open the cage, notably.
So I have less to do.
Okay, so are you holding your action for them to do it, or are you doing it now? Or
I'm
just finding an
holding.
opportune moment?
I'm waiting for an opportune moment to do it where we're not going to immediately get caught.
Okay, in which case I will say it will happen now, so you don't have to hold your action, so you can keep your reaction for this. Just because this is an opportune moment, as combat is beginning to happen, they are distracted. So go ahead and make me a strength check with the rats, or an attack roll with the rats on the two separate targets. These are iron braces, so the AC of them will be high if you're making attacks. If you're making strength checks, there will be a DC.
Probably gonna make strength checks. I just gotta double check what their stuff is.
Okay, that's fine.
Their stuff is here. Well, it's not the best, but hopefully I can roll good.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
a 16.
16. The rats slide the brace across, and in the rain you hear it fall and hit the ground below. The braces have been removed. I am going to roll two separate d20 rolls. And actually I'm going to roll these on stream under the hidden area, and this will be determined if they make enough noise to alert the Cyclopses. And you will find out when it gets to their turns.
Indeed.
So, end of your turn. It is now the cook's turn. Nope, it is now. Yep, no, it's the cook's turn. Sorry. So the cook, in this instance, as he's otherwise kind of stepping back, is going to do a perception check to look around the area. Okay, despite his minus. Oh wait, no, he'd have disadvantage because of distance. Yeah, that's not bad. He looks around and you watch as he, I will say as Vinny, you slide into place. He looks and glances over in your area before glancing about still, kind of squinting, looking around this area as you watch as he looks over at the harpy cages and kind of stops motionless for a moment. And I'm going to say that he's going to move around to get a better look before he shouts out in giant, "There! They're letting them go!"
I didn't want to be immediately caught. I wanted to be.
Okay. With that, it is now the harpies' turns. And the harpies are going to try and bust their door down, seeing what's happening. So both of them are going to make strength checks to try and break the door open. The green one fails, and the red one fails. They just starting kicking the door and kind of shoving against it, but the wooden block is still in place. They are unable to leave.
I will take care of them.
Okay. That's the end of their turn. Lloyd, it is your go.
Just quickly before he does, hang on. Sorry, the cook's not the runt, and the cook's not the one who was out doing the digging.
Nope.
Alright, so I numbered the Cyclopses, so I'm trying to decide which one's actually doing it. I'm assuming that was the one with the large spoon and steak knife.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool, that's the Cyclops. Okay,
Yes. That one in question seems to be more aware than the others.
Cool.
Yeah, where does the lip thing end? Is it still like hidden behind here?
It would be this area here.
Okay, so behind here would be hidden now.
Yes.
Okay, can I? How far away would this be? 65 feet. Okay. How many feet does a very loud sound usually travel?
Usually it travels around about 300 feet around.
Okay. I would like to try and make a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. We'll here.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to make a very loud dragon sound over here.
With thaumaturgy?
Yes.
Go ahead and make me I'll say this will be a spell attack roll.
Alright.
And this will be for how quickly it travels, how accurate it will be, and how well it will go under the rain.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
Let me unselect that.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
Total?
That's a +7. 10.
7, 10. Okay. Okay. I will say that as you do make the sound, it is not heard this turn, as the main volume of it hasn't reached them, and they're not very perceptive across the board, pretty much. But
But
I'll
next
say
turn,
next turn they'll notice it. What effect it will have, you'll have to wait and see. As if they get closer, they'll also hear it. I'll say.
Alright. But yeah, that is my movement and my action.
You've got a bonus action.
Yeah, as my bonus action, I'll give shield.
Yes!
Shield of Faith to each other. Excellent. Okay.
Wait, can I do it? Because I already asked the spell. I can't do it, right?
Thaumaturgy is a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip. It's a cantrip, right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Temporary +2 to my AC. It be done.
End of Lloyd's go. It is now the Hunger Cyclops' turn.
That is the one that went hunting.
The Hunger Cyclops at this point is going to look around, and I'm going to roll a d20 for him to see which direction he heads. Okay. He looks over in this direction, and no, I'd say none of you would notice. He is going to head off in this direction. 5, 10, 15. He'll make it to there before he hears the roar. Before he stops in his tracks and shouts back in Giant, which Cat only you hear. Actually, Cat, go ahead and roll me a perception check from that distance, actually. Given the rain and the chaos and everything.
As it stands at the moment, she's Jeff mode.
Oh, she's Jeff mode.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I have every intention for as soon as I get
That sounded
Okay.
like right on top of you.
So that sounded right on top of you, yeah. So go ahead and make I'll say go ahead and make me a perception check still, as that was a very loud sound right on top of Jeff.
That's 10.
10.
Like right over here, yeah.
Jeff is a bit distracted by the dragon sound, but does hear kind of a muffled shout back, something to do with the dragon.
Okay.
Okay, and the giant Cyclops is then going to. Yeah, he's gonna cast a spell.
Oh, boy.
As he otherwise takes his shovel and his pick and he slams them together, and they both light up with divine energy.
Divine energy? Oh no.
See, this is why we weren't supposed to fight them.
Yeah, well, you sent the two people who can't stealth would be stealthy people. So, you know.
Hey, I had no say in this. In the
True. Okay,
plan.
you're fine.
That's fair.
I mean, we
Okay.
sent you to be a distraction, and to be fair, you're
We
doing.
were.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing it very
Really
well.
well.
Distraction.
Okay, it is now the runt's turn. The runt is immediately going to shout something back in giant before he's going to proceed to run over here, and he's going to stare intently at the two harpies. He's going to try and intimidate them.
Wow.
He's just gonna stare at them.
Both of the harpies stop what they're doing, and they no longer want to run. As he raises his club threateningly. He hasn't noticed you yet, Kay.
Wow.
Right?
He just looks at the cages, looks at the harpies, raises his club. I'll say, Kay, from there you can see what's in his bag, as you can see kind of peeking out these tiny hairy legs sticking out of the pouch on his side.
It's a spider.
It seems to be a giant spider.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's yummy. I want it.
Speech 100. Okay, and so that will be. Actually, no, he's gonna hold his action. He's gonna hold his action to swing at one of them if they try to leave. All right. End of the runt's turn. Cat, you're up.
Okay, first things first. Jeff is going to finish his movement. He's
Okay.
going to land on Lloyd's shoulder.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to be the first time I've ever done this through Jeff and on another player. So, Lloyd, all you can see is Jeff glowing bright blue. And from Jeff is Cychania's head coming out of Jeff's body. And slowly wrapping around your body as I cast Sentinel Ward through Jeff on you.
Okay.
You have
That
plus
increases.
+3 to your AC, and on any attack roll against you, you can expend that to absorb all of the damage
As a reaction.
Ooh.
as a reaction.
Is this a concentration or?
Nope.
It lasts
10, no, 1 minute.
It lasts 1 minute, but it's a second level spell, so it's a slightly upgraded
Ah.
Shield of Faith, effectively.
Wow.
But it's not.
Okay, so my.
So your AC is an additional
16.
+3, so it's 16. And if you are to get hit by an attack, you can nullify all damage for that one
Okay.
attack.
But it consumes up the shield, right?
But
Yeah,
it
consumes
eats the
up-
shield when
yeah,
it does so.
it eats the Cychania. So you've got a
Yeah.
crystal Cychania around you now.
Okay, you have a movement, that is your action.
Okay, I am. I'm gonna stay here. Maybe. Actually, no. Where was I? I was here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm gonna carry on making my way towards the rock, but stand behind the lip.
Okay, I'll say from the distance and all the distraction that's going on at the moment, they don't notice you, and because you're also using your land stride, you're able to get there with ease.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Now your turn?
That is, yeah, I can't do anything with my bonus action, so yes.
Okay, and you are
Sentinel
now
Ward
out
is
of
a
the range.
bonus action?
If Sentinel Ward is a bonus action, then you have your action. But Jeff is now out of range, notably,
Jeff
so you cannot
is
enter.
now out of range. He's going to be staying with Lloyd.
Okay.
Okay.
Thought I made the map big enough. I was wrong.
Apparently not.
Party
What's
wanted to be further away.
the range of?
Can't imagine why.
Understandable.
Okay. The giant, the Cyclopses. What direction are they looking in?
They are all unanimously looking this way, with the exception of actually no. This guy's looking this way towards where the sound came from, and actually no, he'd be in this direction. This one's looking in more of this scope. He's looking around still, and this one's intently staring at these two.
Okay. Just out of thing,
Not
just
for
before
much
the consensus
longer.
we were gonna try and take the cages down, weren't we?
Yeah,
I just
I
want
believe.
to
Oh,
double
sorry, I
check
am
that
the
I'm not going
consensus.
crazy.
I am the consensus. Yes.
It's probably the easiest way to do it.
Okay, hang on, what's the range on this?
Look, from
90
what we
foot.
understand, you climbed, you
5,
touched the
10,
tree in any way or
15,
form, you
20,
probably
25,
turn into a
30,
red
35,
crystal or
40,
something.
45, 50, 55, 60, 65. No, I'm way off of 90 foot. Okay. Don't worry.
You have an action. You can dash if you need to set up next turn.
Yeah, actually, yeah, okay. I will dash to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Probably gonna be there. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, I can still reach that cage. Cool, right. That ends my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. Romulus is going to see all this going down. She's going to go, right. She's going to 5, 10, 15. He'd be dashing but using half his movement. So 20, 25, 30, 35. He's going to try and maintain stealth. He's going to try and keep up with you. What was his roll? His roll was like I can't remember now.
Who's
It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. I think it was like 14 or something for Romulus.
For his stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Wasn't he a nat one?
No,
No,
that
that
one
was
was for
on
his initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Hence
So
why
I'll
he's
say
last.
he's moved up to here. He's used his action. I'll say he's waiting there, and he's going to hold his action to rage if he is going to take an incoming hit,
Okay.
because that's a smart thing to do. Harlan, if you're watching or you're taking notes, this is something you can do. It's really useful as a barbarian, especially as a totem pair barbarian. Anyway, end of his round. Back to the top of the initiative. Vinny, you are up.
Yes, I am.
I'll say at this point, you note the dogs are beginning to. The dogs have noticed what's going on, and the wolves are as one of them turns towards you.
Okay.
Oh my god, I've created a cursed image.
Actually, your passive investigation is high enough. Actually, looking at this closest wolf, you note it has red crystals coming out of its fur.
God.
Oh boy. Like haphazardly or all over?
Haphazardly, so kind of scattered around, mainly like shoulders, back, near like the neck and the top of the head, but it's not really near joints, claws, or anything that might get in the way of its actual movement.
Okay. How do they look beyond that? Like, are they injured, tired? Like, were they sleeping earlier? I don't.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Bad.
Well done. Do they look injured or that? They look tired. I'd say that's the most you can gather from them. They look exhausted, they look tired. They still look animalistic, but the crystals puts you off.
And they're just starting to look over at me.
Mm-hmm. I'd also say with that investigation, you can also see Brass, who's currently pressed up against the edge of the cage, kind of looking over to see what's going on this side of the stuff. They hasn't noticed you yet.
Crystals on him?
You can't tell from this angle.
Okay.
You have to get a bit closer.
Oh, do I try and pacify the wolves and risk making something worse? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Okay, I'm going to use... I'm going to use the ring, speak of animals
Mhm.
ring, over here. So that's active.
Yep.
And I'm going to run over here 5, 10, 15.
Okay. As you move closer, I'll tell you what you notice as you move up. You notice 5 rats that progressively were climbing the tree. Each of them has been impaled by a red crystal.
Okay.
You also note Brass also has crystals from his wrists, his shoulders, and his clothes are mostly torn, just covering kind of his main torso and his kind of thighs and waist. His arms and waist and the bottom of his legs around his shins are exposed and also covered in crystals. He is looking exhausted.
Right. Okay. I have the ring up, so please be quiet. I can't help you if you make a noise.
Please free us.
Soon. And then bonus action dash. 5. What? Where was I? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were there, you went 5, 10, 15, maintaining stealth. 5, 10, 15. Okay. I will say
15.
Brass
Can I-
notices you at this point.
Can I be like ducking under the cage a bit?
Yeah. I'll say you're ducking under the cage to use it as kind of a little bit of cover
At
from
the cage, I have this
whatever might
barrel,
come in.
maybe? How big are the barrels?
The barrels are quite big. They have enough to store like water in for drinking
Okay.
purposes, it would seem. The
If this
fire
guy...
does illuminate a bit of the area ahead, but
Okay. Yeah. Well,
But they
in that
haven't-
case, I should hopefully be in some amount of shadow relative to everything else.
I will say make me a perception check with advantage versus the wolves, please, because you are speaking their language.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
14 plus...
Both of the wolves seem passive for now, but they are standing up in preparation to be released.
Okay.
You don't know how long they're going to give you. What was the total?
plus 3, so 17.
Okay. I'm going to make a note how long they're going to give you.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to like make eye contact with this one and just put a finger to my lips.
Okay.
Because I do not want to be loud. But
I'm adding the wolves to the initiative, and I'm going to roll for Brass as well. Oh, they have disadvantage on these because they're exhausted. My bad. Harpy should have also had disadvantage, but it's too late now.
They are there.
And you got that. Okay. You got that. Oh man, this initiative's looking nice and progressive. Alright. I'll copy and paste you more tiles to add to the initiative order.
right, if that's my turn, do you mind if I go and get a drink real quick?
Yeah, go for it. If you want to take a quick break and go now, that should be fine.
Perfect.
Maybe a while before things get back to me.
Yeah, it'll be a while before.
Depending on
it gets to you, that should be
what
fine.
Cook does.
Yeah, that's fair. Damien, you're up.
Fantastic.
You hear the dragons roar, and you hear Giant shouting just about from over the ledge.
Can I see the giant?
If you want to go up over the ledge, you can. Yeah.
Right, bear with me. I just need to check whether something requires line of sight. Bear with me. Yes, it does. Bum.
Most of them
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to peek my head over the top.
do. Okay.
And I'm going to do command on this particular Cyclops.
Okay. What is the range on command?
60 foot.
60 foot.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
Yep. That's
50,
within
55,
range.
60.
Okay. What do you say?
I'm going to say flee.
You're going to say flee. Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh God. This has
Okay.
been-
You step up over the top and you shout flee, to which it cocks its head
Nothing.
as it doesn't understand you.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if it doesn't understand your language, it doesn't need to make the save.
Brilliant.
Language barriers.
But I will say it does see you step up over the top, point at it, and shout something. So I'll say go ahead and make me.
Right
I'll
after
say
a dragon roar.
I'll make it an intimidation check because of the dragon roar. Yeah. So make me an intimidation check versus it. Because scenery wise, it makes sense.
Oh,
Pretty good. Okay,
Intimidation.
Yeah.
18.
Okay, versus his wisdom save. That's not enough, as he otherwise looks at you and looks where the dragon roar came from and is going to be frightened unless he. In this instance, he's going to be frightened for next round only. So he will not progress further towards you, because obviously there's not going to be a dragon climbing over there unless any of you have major image, which I don't think you do. So, in this instance, is that the end of your turn? I'll say I took your action and your movement to move up a bit.
Technically have a bonus action still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't do that for the main reason I'm now out of spell points because I just wasted a spell. I think that is literally all I can do.
Okay. Kay, you're up. Cook's up next. Okay.
I need them to have their will to flee back. I need to wait. There's not much I can do right now. Hold on, I gotta double check stuff that I have.
Why is Chris laughing, guys?
Oh dear, what's just happened?
Panic.
Funny. Funny.
Free Josh.
Why are you laughing, Chris?
Free shot.
Hold on.
3 Cyclopses, 3 Boulders, 3 Deads.
No, don't mind me. As you watching the stream, don't mind me. I'm not doing anything.
Oh boy.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
I'll say, Kay, if you want to hold on for a second, it's going at the same time of you, somebody else is doing something.
Oh, great. Alright, fine.
Okay. You watch as climbing out of his pack is Mr. Figs. And Mr. Figs is going to disengage and run 30 feet.
What?
Oh, it's
As he
scared
does-
of the dragon.
No, it's not scared of the dragon. It doesn't want to be pet anymore. To which he, versus the stealth check of Mr. Figs, which was a total of 4, the runt is going to break his reaction and move after it. And he's going to attempt to catch Mr. Figs again.
Perfect.
Okay, Mr. Figs has been caught. As he is scooped back up and shoved back into the pouch as the pouch is closed.
This is actually perfect because
You now know what Mr. Figs is, and Mr. Figs does not want to be here. But he rolled well on his initiative, and he rolled poorly on his stealth.
I would like to use my bonus action to tell my rats to swarm this thing's head and bite at its eye.
Okay. So your swarm is going to initiate this, and it's going to join it.
It is going to attack his eye. I want his eye blinded.
Where is it? Okay, so this is an attack with intent then.
Yes, this is an attack with intent to blind this damn Cyclops because it only has one.
Okay, go ahead and make me. This will be an attack roll against the Cyclops. It will be considered. I'll say it's gonna get half cover from this because it's in this instance, it can still cover its face and see them coming, even though it's a point blank range.
I mean, yeah, it takes time for them to get up there, so
Yeah. So
makes
go
sense.
ahead and roll me the attack roll. It will have half cover on this.
Come on, dice. Please, dice.
Runt.
Nope.
My God.
As your rats begin to climb up, you watch as Mr. Figs is shoved back in the pack with a few portions of the rats, and as it does so, you watch as the runt kind of just goes, swings his hand wildly, batting the rats off. I'll say they don't take any damage, but they fail to climb on top of him.
Well,
As he
it's
just
a
sees the swarm of rats.
It's a distraction. So I am swinging around and I am pushing this one and saying, "You can run now. He's gone." And then going over to this one and pushing that one off, saying
Okay.
the same.
Okay, you're going to be pushing 2 blocks with this in the same turn. Usually this will take a bonus action, and you only have 1 action. So I will say go ahead and make me an acrobatics check, and I'll say you have a choice. You can either roll with disadvantage and guarantee getting both blocks, or you can roll it. Oh no, you can roll it a regular roll. No, disadvantage and you get both blocks, or you make a regular roll, but you only get 1 block guaranteed.
Nope.
That's fine.
I
Do you
didn't.
wanna-
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
I
If it
was
drops
gonna.
out while you're still choosing it.
Yeah, I'm doing disadvantage to get both.
Okay, go ahead and roll disadvantage then, please.
1. Acrobatics. It's still with the +6.
13. You swing in for the first one, kicking the block aside as the door swings open as you swing forward using your claws, almost like with monkey bar branches. Swinging over, you kick the next block as both doors are now open. They wasted their reaction that was held because they became scared of the runt. So that will be they don't have a held action in that instance. Mr. Figs, who's in the initiative order, tried to escape, and his turn is over. Do you wish to do anything else, or is that your turn over? You've used your action. You've probably used your movement, given you were swinging on the underside.
Yeah. I'm just going to attempt to hide the best I can. That's the best that I can do. Because technically, I don't know if they've seen me or not, so I'm just going to attempt to be hidden.
Okay. The cook at this point, who is paying attention to both lots of stuff that's going on, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he is going to pick up a barrel and he is going to throw it at the cage that you and the harpy are both on.
Oh,
I would like both of you will be making a dexterity saving throw here.
my goodness.
The harpy fails. The harpy will take the full damage for this.
My shield is too far away.
Throw it like
Yeah,
Captain America.
I don't like how that rolled like that.
No,
All it
that
did
I
was
saw
just
that it
sting.
just span in place. I'll say you can. I'll give you a reroll for that one because it just span in place.
That
I
was
don't know what going on
horrible.
there. Yeah.
Captain Balloon?
Okay.
Okay. That's with the +6, so 21.
Yeah, 21. As the barrel comes hurtling in, you swing upwards, and the barrel swings in through the open door, splatting and crushing this harpy in one shot.
Shit.
As the
That
barrel
one's not gonna
hits
be
it
happy.
and then scatters into water nearby. as
That
this-
one's gone.
Yeah, as this one stops. This one, I'm going to roll a wisdom save for it. Okay.
Jeez.
I know what it's going to do next time.
Okay.
Okay, that is the cook's turn over. It is now the harpies who go on their initiative. This one is dead. This one is going to... yeah, it's going to dash. It's going to dash and fly out and upwards and away. Its movement speed at the moment is 30 because it's halved, because it's exhausted. Dashing gets it 60 feet, so I'll say that it's over here. It is properly scared. But, hey, one of them.
I freed it.
Okay.
I didn't. Things didn't work out like I wanted it to. Now
Things
I'm in
didn't
a
work out
predicament.
entirely for the party.
Not entirely.
That's true. Now
This
it's time to-
group over here is just like, yeah, we're
Now
here.
We'll just
Now it's
toast him.
time to now it's just time to put out fires and figure out what to do.
I have been incorporated into the distraction team.
I will say at the end of each of their turns, they hear the dragon roar thoroughly, and they both face to turn this direction, expectantly waiting as they look at this one that's also looking in this direction.
So they're not
then this-
scared.
These two look in the direction. They don't seem to be scared, but they are wary. So in this instance, I'll say you note this as they are distracted in this moment, which could be to your advantage.
Yes, it could. I
But-
can hide.
End of the cook's turn and the harpy's turn. It goes to the wolves' turn. The wolves, on their turn, one turn ticks past. I'm going to mark that down here. End of the wolves' turn. Lloyd, you're up. The wolves go at the same time as Lloyd. Sorry. So
Yeah.
Oh, same time.
Now,
that's fine.
dwarven and giant are like.
Ah, cool.
Can
Different
they
languages.
understand each other, or are they completely different?
Different languages, I'm afraid.
Completely, okay.
Otherwise, I'd understand things.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Oh my goodness.
You just seen it.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, jeez.
One message in Discord. What is it? Ah, it's
All right.
I just set these up so I can show them to stream.
My God.
One new message from Infernal.
What is it? It's a meme.
All right.
That's the opening pictures for the next episode.
No, I'm not adding them to that.
Damn it!
There's no way these guys are this smart to think it's an illusion, right?
I don't know. Make another Dragon Ball
You
just
don't
to
know.
really scare the shit out of them.
20.
don't know- you
I'm
don't
gonna
know
make
how
another one
smart
over
they are.
here. Still behind
Okay.
the cliff.
Okay.
I
Go
need
ahead
to
and
roll
roll
another
me.
attack.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another
Oh.
attack.
Please let this
Please
work, because then
be
they're going to
better
start
than the
thinking
last
it's like 2 dragons in a
Oh, come on!
In this instance, as they hear another roar, roar
11.
from nearby, I'll say, "Cat, given the distance where you are." Actually, no, because it'll be this one shouting. It's too far away. As otherwise, shout something. You note that they relax. Okay,
Great.
and that's your action.
I'll move
Move further away.
out.
That's it.
Okay.
Damien just saved you from dying. Just abandon him to his fate. I get it. It's fine.
Okay.
Go, Tank. Go.
And-
Wait, did you go over the edge?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to do it to try and do command, which obviously spectacularly
Oh.
failed.
And then you decided not to go back there?
I don't. Yeah, anyway.
Okay. This one is going to, at this point, as it gets to his turn, is going to move forward and is going to shout something in Giant, which you do not understand, as he scoops a rock up and he is going to throw it at you.
Me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
What is your AC currently?
21 currently.
Okay. As he throws the rock at you, it strikes the ground next to you and shatters upwards. You suspect it was a warning throw. And possibly the one before that was as well. He just rolled too high.
Ah, yes, the warning.
As
throw.
Yeah.
as he throws the rock and it shatters at the feet at your feet around you, as he otherwise takes his shovel, as he brings his shovel down and brings it in a position where if you were to come close or nearby, he is taking a swing. He is warding
Nice.
you off and very much keeping you at bay.
Okay.
Okay, end of his turn. It is now Brass's turn. Brass is going to look down to you, Vinny, and go, "Oh, finally, someone has come for me. I've loosened the lock. It should be easier to work. I can't move very fast, though. You might have to carry me."
Oh no.
I'm gonna jerk a finger back at the Minotaur, creeping close.
He looks over. "Oh, good. He's going to hold his action to be grappled by Romulus. And he's going to do his best to move over and be
He's
grappled
gonna-
by him. Okay, so holding his movement. It is now the Runt's turn. The Runt, who has been distracted by Mr. Figs running away and is now distracted by rats, he hasn't got the greatest attention span. He's going to take a swing at the rats. Oh, he's going to actually take 2 swings because he gets 2 attacks.
Rude.
First attack, 19 to hit.
I mean, hold on. What's their AC again? I mean, it most likely hits.
It
but,
most likely hit. I'm pretty sure it hits.
11 plus PB plus 2.
PB is proficiency bonus, but the +2 is if you choose it. So, and I believe you chose for them to have the dark vision because they're rats.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So
11.
That'll be 13 for their AC. So that hits, and they will take half of this because it is bludgeoning damage, but they take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. Are they dead? So it'll be half to
Uh,
9.
Five.
It'd be 9. So it'd be 5 plus
Yeah,
half your level, so they'd...
they're gone.
Yeah, okay. Your rats in this instance are squished and scattered as they flee the battlefield in small droves. As he stands back up, he turns to see the barrel smash into the cage.
Does he see me?
Roll me a stealth check, because in this instance you technically did stuff, but at the same time he wasn't paying attention. So go ahead and make me a stealth check versus his perception. What is his perception? Nope. As he looks over, seeing smashed harpy, and he's going to move over to where you are at the edge of the cage, not seeing you, and he reaches in and scoops out harpy bits and shoves them in the bag with Mr. Figs in. You can have that later. And then takes a few steps forward, not noticing you. The cook is going to proceed to shout at him, and he's going to be confused. All right. End of...
That's brilliant.
Okay, end of the runt's turn. Cat, you're up.
Okay. Right. Well, I mean,
Brilliant.
how wounded are these dogs looking? How wounded is everyone looking?
They are looking very wounded.
I'm healthy.
In terms of what we're talking about, they have 5 points of exhaustion currently.
Oh.
Oh.
No, 4 points of exhaustion, sorry.
Okay.
So they're almost dead.
They're almost dead, but they, from the looks of it, they are very weak, but they can still move.
Okay. Shooting down the cages might not be a good idea then. Might kill them. That'd be bad. Alright, I don't actually know what to do. Right, no, fair. Okay, I am going to... How are these all being closed? Held closed, these cages?
There is a metal brace over a wooden block. So if you want to remove it, you have to take the metal brace off, and then you have to twist the wooden block. Or kick it in case.
Or kick it in case. Okay, 30 foot. You know what? There's not really a whole lot I can do from here. Yeah, alright. I'm going to go to Jeff Vision, considering these two are being pelted with literally everything.
Okay.
Take
Going
Jeff
to
over
Okay.
to Damien, and I'm going to rinse and repeat. Damien, you receive a Sentinel ward.
Okay.
Right.
So Damien, your AC increases by 3, and you can otherwise block a single attack.
Cool.
Now that takes me below half. Do I need to start rolling?
Yes.
You know, the more assistance Damien actually gets, the more he might bother trying to attack and take on a Cyclops.
Don't! Just
If
Jeff
you
gives
do-
you a really dirty
do
look.
it. No, yeah, do
I
it.
will
Nothing
leave
will
you-
go wrong.
I will leave you there.
6.
If I
You're
see
fine.
Damien going left, I'm going right.
Right, time to escape. Good distraction. Thank you, Damien.
I'm
Keep
invincible. Squish.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So,
And that would end my turn.
okay. End of your turn. Romulus is up. Romulus can do the same as before. He's just gonna go shimmy, 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 shimmy. He's gonna go there, and he's gonna be ready to catch Brass and take him away. Actually, I'll say he moves up into a position in such that you can climb on him. I'll say he goes prone for the moment to allow you to climb on his back, so you can access the lock, which will take an action to slide the bit of metal away and turn the block. So that should be fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, top of the round, Vinny.
Me?
I
Okay, let's do it. So what? Climb off on top of him. Action.
Climb on top of Romulus. Action, slide the middle bit away. Twist the wooden block. Door is open. Brass jumps out. Romulus catches him. Romulus stands back up. He's now carrying Brass, because it'll be quicker.
Run.
Okay, I'll have to do that on his next turn.
I should have, what, a little bit of movement left?
If you're moving stealthily, you have 15 feet of movement. Otherwise, you have all of it, pretty much. Oh no, because you would have spent 5 getting on top of Romulus to
Okay,
unlock the thing. So
10 should be
there.
fine.
10, yeah. Okay.
Bonus action. So what? Bonus action I can dash. How high up are these cages?
4
They
foot.
are 4
4 foot.
feet, so you can reach up and you can access the lock.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action dash and get over here and be ready to move.
Okay. Alright, end of your turn. Damien, you are up.
Splendid. Right. Moment of folly or moment of madness or moment of sensibility? I'm so tempted to do a d6. No. Just decide.
Where do I go? Do I run in? Do I not?
I know what Kay's doing, and it's gonna be funny.
Good God.
I'll tell you what, can I do an insight check to decide whether I work out whether he's doing a warning throw or not?
I'll say, what's your passive insight? I'll
12.
say your passive insight is high enough that you realised he purposefully missed.
Oh, okay. In that
you've
case,
seen that he doesn't. You know from what Kat said that he is the pacifist. He doesn't want to fight,
right.
so he
Well, in,
threw it in such a manner that it purposefully missed. But I
Got it.
suspect he won't do it again.
in that case, Damien's moving off behind a lip, and he's going to move unstealthily because there's no point any longer. He can see me, and I'm just going to move as far as I can.
Okay.
15,
25, 30. Okay, you're going to purposely move away, and because you're unstealthy, he hears you leaving.
And that's it.
Okay. Kay, you are up. You are going at the same time as Mr. Figs. Mr. Figs, he has disadvantage on this.
I am actually jumping onto the Cyclops, and I am assisting Mr. Fig.
Okay, so Mr. Figs will make a singular roll for this. This will be your action to do.
That is perfectly okay. I am being a menace so that these guys can do what they're doing.
Okay, that is a 19 for Mr. Figs. He breaks out once again.
I pet Mr. Figs on his way out. A nice gentle pet.
Make me an animal handling check. I'll say with disadvantage
jump
this
on
would
top
use
of
your
his
bonus
back?
action. No, this would use your bonus action. So.
That's fine.
You jump on top of his back on his way out?
I have a Shelob.
Animal handling. That is a 8.
Okay, you go to pet Mr. Figs. He's gonna bite you. He doesn't want to be
That's
pet.
perfectly fine. I'm
It's
just letting it
10.
know that I am friendly. I am
It's a
helping.
10. He doesn't like pets. As you go to pet him, he bites you. Total of 10 misses before he is going to use his movement. Let's go 5, 10. He hasn't disengaged because he bit you. So Cyclops is going to attempt to catch Mr. Figs again with a grapple. There's a 15 that hits, and Mr. Figs is not allowed to leave as he is pinned to the ground.
It is okay. I am being a menace here.
Yeah. The runt at this point notes you and shouts something in Giant, which, yeah, Cat, you're too far away again because you're in Jeff mode at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much conversation I don't get to have.
Just have it, even if we can't understand it. Come on, Chris.
No,
It's funny.
no,
I want to know what he says.
no, it's fine. So, that's the end of Mr. Figs' turn. It is now the cook's turn. The cook, he knows where you are, okay.
It's okay. I am on this.
That is
I am
true.
on this. I am using this guy as a shield.
That's fair. Okay, he is going. They don't care about the run. He's going to make an attack against you. Your AC is increased. I'll say. Bleh. Drop dice don't count. Where'd it go? That's my boss dice. No.
Right, no more boss encounters.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes, the boss dice.
No, it's my metal dragon dice. It's my favorite one. All right. He is going to
Hex dice?
half cover or 3/4 cover.
It's a big thing, and I am tiny.
It's a big thing, and you are tiny. That is fair. So I'll say 3/4 cover. He's going to make an attack roll against you with his.
And that's
he's
what,
gonna make,
+5?
Yeah, +5. So he's going to make 2 attacks with his great knife.
Oh boy.
Daddy,
Okay.
poor runt.
The first one is a 21 to hit.
That does meet my AC, yes.
The next one is a 19 to hit.
That does not.
Okay, so the first one
I
hit-
am going to, just to make sure I take as little damage as possible, I am going to expend a biological resilience to take less damage.
So go ahead and roll your d12. Didn't roll great on damage, but
I'm trying to stay alive as long as possible because I am a
Yep.
menace.
Yep.
3 plus 1, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think-
4. So that goes from 13 damage to 13 damage to 9. So you take 9 points of slashing damage. As he brings his knife in, he goes for a swing with you, swing at you with the knife. The first one hits as otherwise clips your shoulder, leaving like a relatively deep groove, but it glances off the metallic underlayer of your skin as it hits and ricochets off. As he then goes for a second swing inwards. The runt at this point kind of pulls back with Mr. Figs in his hand, kind of just flailing, legs pointing up into the air, and just goes, "What are you doing?" and swings back.
Yes!
Swings back, thinking
Fight
he's
each
being
other!
attacked. Okay.
All according to plan.
Okay, that is the end of the cook's turn. Harpies are no longer in this initiative. Let's remove them. Wolves. Wolves give you their last round before they start making noise.
Mm-hmm.
But you are freeing them, so it helps. Brass's go. Brass is going to perform the dodge action for Romulus.
Ooh.
But he is also going to look back at you, Vinny, and I'm going to roll a constitution check for him, which he makes a disadvantage because he's exhausted. Okay. And you hear him say, "My stuff's in the lockbox there. Please get it if you can." And he points to this lockbox here.
Wow.
Boy.
You can.
Oh,
it's
boy.
it's an option. You don't have to.
It is an option.
It
I
is an option.
Come on, you
don't
think
know how long it can distract these two.
you know we're greedy, Chris. It's not an option.
We'll see. All right. It is now. Which one is Vim? Vim is the runt. I'll just use them by their names because that's what I have written down. So it's now Vim's turn, who is the runt. He has got Mr. Figs in hand, and he's being swung at by his friend. He's going to roll an insight check. That is an unnatural 0. He is going to shove the cook.
Nice.
Yes.
I let go of Mr. Fig.
That's a 24 to hit on a shove as he pushes him back. And just kind of pushes him back, and you hear shouting between the two of them as he takes Mr. Figs and just haphazardly shoves him into the pack at his side again. Okay, yeah. Mr. Figs is currently contesting against a grapple 19 check. Mr. Figs doesn't make it with a natural 9. So Mr.
I
Figs is
would like
currently
it known.
pressed into his bag again.
Can I hold a reaction to help Mr. Figs out again? Actually, no. Figs goes on my turn.
Yeah, Mr.
Figs
Figs
on
will
my
go on
turn.
your turn. Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
be
already used your
helping
reaction
Figs.
Yeah, you used your reaction for biological resilience this turn, but
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, and then so Vim has done that, and he spends his next attack, which is the grapple, shoving Mr. Figs into his pouch again. Okay. All right. End of Vim's turn. It is Cat. It is your go.
Okay. Right. Okay. Would Mage Hand be able to open if I use my action? Yeah. Would it be able to open a cage?
Given the angle that you'll be looking at, because the door is on Romulus' side here, because they're all facing inwards towards the camp.
Okay.
Given the angle, I'll require you to make an intelligence check or a sleight of hand check, one of the two, to try and do so. You'll have to find out.
Okay. Oh, but me and Stealth are not a great combo here. Mind you, them two are fighting, so... You know
The
what?
distractions were useless. K was brilliant.
Yeah, in all fairness. Okay, right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Ducking down as much as I can, and I'm going to try and use Mage Hand to open this.
If you're going your full movement, you will not maintain stealth. You have to move half your
Oh,
movement
right.
to
Okay,
maintain
yep.
stealth.
Yeah, I thought Landstride. No, that's fine. It
No,
still takes
so
me back.
it would
a
be
little bit.
there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, so I need to move forward 1 square.
If you move forward and if you move any further forward, you will break your stealth, and the others might hit.
Mage Hand is an action. Damn it! Okay, alright. No, I'm not going to risk it because there's too much to it. Romulus is going to run, right?
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, he's been told to, you believe.
Okay. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to risk them two getting caught on the fact that I'm trying to be quick. Then in that case, yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action for a potential dash to run a direction if we need to.
Okay, hold an action to move in a random direction. Got
Yes.
It. Or in a away direction, I'll say.
Depending entirely on circumstances.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay.
Cat sees things going to shit.
End
Decides to charge the cook.
It is now Romulus's turn. Romulus hears what's happening and he knows that he needs to be quote-unquote quiet-ish. He either needs to stealth away or run. I'd say Romulus in this motion would see what you're doing, Vinny, going to open this cage, and he is going to move up and he's going to use his action to open the cage. And then he's going to move in a manner where he's gonna book it. So he opens the cage, and the wolf at this point is going to leave. This is an unstealthy action, but you are currently still hidden behind the rock currently.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Cat, you see what's going on. Do you wish to use your action to move? Your held action?
As he's running, yes, I'm going to dart back behind the rock.
Okay. Now, question. How do you think Romulus is carrying Brass? Piggyback,
damsel in distress.
Under his arm, probably.
It's either damsel in distress or it's round his neck like some
Psycho.
psycho.
Scarf. Rat
Yeah, just some
scarf.
weird scarf.
Oh, a wonderful scarf.
That way, he's still got his arms free to swing round stuff if he wants.
Yeah, no, that's fair. This one is going to. Yeah, this one would move over here. It held its action to move. So actually, no, it only gets to move 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Okay. And I know they have 20 movement. Never mind. We can go an extra 5. Okay. End of Romulus's turn. Vinny, you are up. You note that Romulus has booked it and they're running in this direction, but the wolf is coming towards you.
Right. I have. Vinny has no idea how the others are doing. There was a roar a while ago. There's some yelling coming from down here. I have no idea what the hell kind of bullshit Kay is up to. It makes it worth it. So, action. I'm opening the cage.
Okay. And the wolf will spend its turn getting out and meeting up with its friend, where the two of them then proceed to look, bow their head lightly, and they are going to run. But they will do that on their turn.
Okay, right. 5, 10, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Can I grab the box as a bonus action?
You want to grab the full chest?
How big is it?
It is a sizable chest. It will weigh around 400, 500 pounds.
Oh, that's not... That's their chest then, okay.
Yes, it's their chest, but it's got his stuff in it.
Okay.
It doesn't appear to be locked. on first glance.
I guess how many people are crazy enough to go charging into a Cyclops camp?
Yeah, no. Can I lean round, like, open it quickly, get a quick glance at what's in it, and then shut it again and duck back behind the rock.
Okay. Bonus action, you lift the chest up, I'll say, as part of this hide action, or quote unquote
lid.
hide action.
Yeah.
You open up the lid, just have a quick look inside. You see on the interior what looks to be clothes that have been haphazardly torn and removed, a book, and what looks to be a satchel, where you can see there are a number of bits of paper that have been scattered on the inside of the chest. You can also see inside the chest at the bottom what looks to be wrappings of parcels of some form.
Duff, not a star.
But they look heavier. Almost geometric in shape. Kind of hard angles, hard lines, and corners to them in kind of these really weirdly wrapped packages at the bottom.
Interesting. I guess it's impossible to tell how heavy the packages are, since I don't know what's in them.
Yeah.
But,
So that'll be your
yeah.
action. I'll say bonus action as part of the hide to stay behind the rock. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. Is it an additional one? So note what your previous one was, and this will be your new one to try and remain stealth in this situation.
Not fantastic.
Oh no, another spicy one.
Another spicy one. Okay.
That's
what's
an
the
11.
total? 11? Okay. They're in the heat of stuff. They don't seem to have noticed you. Okay. End of your turn. Damien, you are up. What'd you do?
Like I
Do you
didn't do
run?
much with my action. I know what I'm going to do because there's not a lot else I can do at this moment. I'm going to move over to Lloyd and just pump a load of lay on hand points into him.
Okay.
I'm going to put half of my lay on hands points into him, which is 10.
Okay. So Lloyd, you are healed by 10 hit points.
That's my turn. There's nothing else I can really do.
Damn.
Okay. Alright. Kay, it is your turn. You are going at the same time as Mr. Figs. Mr. Figs.
I
is going
am
to
giving
break out.
assistance to Mr. Figs.
Okay. He is classed as restrained, so that will become a flat roll. Mr. Figs has a plus to his dexterity saving throws, so that is a success.
Go, Mr. Figs!
Mr. Figs breaks
Wow.
free and is going to attempt to run away again. However, this time the cook is having none of it and is going to take a swing at Mr. Figs. Using
Oh
his
no.
great knife. Actually, no, hold on. What's the reach on a great knife? Is it long enough? The cook, great knife. Yeah, it's long enough. Alright. Great knife stab. Yeah, that hits. That's a 15 to hit. Man, look, same damage again. 13 points of damage. Mr. Figs is on death's door as Mr. Figs is stabbed, and in that moment, you watch as the runt looks on in terror. I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for him. Okay, yeah, he's frightened. He's frightened of the cook who's now stabbing Mr. Figs. Okay, so that was your action to help Mr. Figs escape.
Yep, and Mr. Figs
Mr.
is the
Figs is
perfect distraction
is
for me.
limping away on 2 hit points.
Mr. Figs is the perfect distraction for me. Wait, hold on. No, I gotta stall for a little bit longer.
I'm just reading chat now. How are things going? Says Harlan. Spiders were getting squished by a giant. What spider? Exactly. Near spider kebab created. Mr. Figs. We might start a civil war. I leave you alone for one session.
Oh, he's about to love what's coming.
I need to stall a little bit longer, so I'm crawling around the back of his on the back of this Cyclops. I'm trying to be as stealthy as possible so he still doesn't know I'm here.
Make me a stealth check.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Alright, stealth check. You climb onto the back of the Cyclops and are otherwise like near its. Where would you say you are? Shoulder blades?
I'm right about his shoulder blades. So the This one here has a way to be able to try and hit me, but also making it feel like this one it feels like he's being attacked by the cook himself.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. All right. End of K's turn and Mr. Figs' turn. It is now Vol's turn. Vol is the cook. Vol sees Mr. Figs. He sees that his friend is intimidated and is otherwise going to move over and he is going to shout something in giant, to which you watch the runt kind of look around before begin to like swing his hand behind him.
Hang on, did I hear what this said now? Because I'm here this time.
Yeah, you hear him say, "You idiot! There's something on your back. Get it off so I can stab it." Okay. And he's going to spend his. I'm going to say he's going to spend his action, assisting his friend to, otherwise pull you off, and he's going to spend his second attack. He's going to hold an attack to stab you when you're pulled off. So holding a pup.
Not very good, but
hey, who knows? Okay. End of the cook's turn. It is now. Wait, I did get that right. Yep, cook's turn is there. It is
Harpy,
now
which
Harpy's.
is gone.
Yep, they're gone. Now it is now the wolves and Lloyd's turn. The wolves are going to make their turn easy. They are going to dash, and they are going to. I'm going to roll a d4 for them, see which direction they run in. Okay, yeah, they're running off up this way. So they run off past this way. Running further away. Okay. End of the wolf's turn. Lloyd, you're up.
I need to keep this guy's attention over here still. Somehow. So I will cast Thaumaturgy, but this time I'm gonna try to like it says I can make like tremors. Can I make them look like footsteps coming up? Like tremoring the ground.
I'll say make me another spell attack, because this is trying to do something which is creative but difficult to try and achieve.
Yeah, because it says I can make harmless tremors for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay. I am done with using this dice. Get the hell out of my sight.
You go to otherwise cast Thaumaturgy on the ground there as it begins to shake, and you just watch as the bits of stone begin to otherwise separate and move away, kind of moving a little bit but not enough. It doesn't make footprints, just makes movement, which in itself is mildly concerning, but nothing out of the ordinary, and doesn't seem to have attracted the attention of any of them from what you can tell.
Okay.
I'm being abandoned again, thank you.
Yep, moving further away.
Okay.
It is now Hagi's turn. Hagi turns around.
Fuck.
Okay, yeah. He's done with warning shots as he shouts something out, to which Cat, you hear from the direction, "The sacrifice is getting away!" As he is going to pull a spike out of the ground, move forward 30 feet, and he is going to huck it at Romulus.
Oh my!
Oh,
It's a
Whoa.
bloody spike!
And he is going to use his Channel Divinity War God's Blessing to add a +10 to that, making it a 23 to hit.
Wait,
As you watch, as he
I thought he was
scoots-
dodging.
Didn't someone take dodge action?
Yeah,
No, he
was
no,
dodging.
Took the dodge action
Brass,
for him.
Brass dodged.
Oh,
Brass
said
dodged
for him.
so that he. No, he Brass dodged so that Brass wouldn't be hit, and it's currently aiming at Romulus, who's carrying him away, because you said he was carrying him like a princess carry.
And he's not still holding
He's-
his action to rage.
No, he's not holding his action to rage. So in this instance, he doesn't see it coming as the Cyclops pulls the spike 3, yeets it across as it shoots across both stones, careening through the sky, as it hits Romulus, doing... Oh, hello, Romulus!
Oh, bad time.
Bad
yeah.
time.
perfect timing.
Everything was going
You're
so
about to
well
get-
until a minute ago.
Yeah.
You're about to get impaled.
Oh, great. I choose to not be impaled.
Romulus, you take 30 points of piercing damage as a large stake is just shears straight through your shoulder and out your front, and you can feel your lung is punctured. You are going to be injured from a few days from now unless you get excessive healing and rest.
Right. Great.
As this divinely driven spike is shot across the battlefield at you. Okay, let me just adjust your hit points as you are now on 25 hit points.
He's bloodied. That's nice.
He's bloodied.
Funny that. 30 damage bloodies him.
Weird. Okay, and that
Oh, yikes.
is
Why was I
Hardy's-
not raging? God.
because you were carrying someone and there was no way to maintain your rage.
And
Nah,
you were
fair.
trying to keep stealth.
Yeah, you were trying to keep stealth for a
Yeah.
certain amount of time, but
This
unfortunately
was the
Hardy
first point
noticed.
in this combat anyone actually saw you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been distracting two Cyclopses.
Yep.
Question: Have we had a short rest since the time we fought against the Gricks and stuff?
No, you didn't
No.
have time because you were maintaining chase after the Cyclops.
All right. Well, I've got a second wind, so
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
You rolled a natural 1 on your initiative, so you're coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
as you can probably tell, I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes this a little bit difficult.
I really
Yeah,
hope
that's
it'll
fine.
be an acrobatics check since I'm so
Okay.
small.
End of Hargy's turn. It is now Brass's turn. Brass sees you injured and is like, "Oh no!" And he's going to spend his action to try and push the spike out of you so it doesn't slow you down. He has disadvantage because he's exhausted. That's a natural 2. He tries to push the spike out but isn't strong enough. He tried. Alright. It is now Vim, the runt's turn. Vim is going to swing wildly behind him. This will be his grapple, so it will be his athletics versus your acrobatics or athletics check.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
Because I make the argument that I am tiny, so it is hard.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. He rolled pretty well. He doesn't have any proficiencies or anything.
I did not roll very well, but I have a +6.
Okay. In this instance, as he reaches back, he catches you in your cloak as he swings you around and otherwise holds you up. As he says something in giant, before the other one kind of looks at him as he lets go of you to drop you on the ground, as his friend is going to try and stab you. You're not being grappled. He's not very smart, so he has to let you go as to not be stabbed. So you are no longer grappled, but you are between them. I'll say you're there in between the two of them, as he is going to make a stab against you with his held action.
Yep.
The cook, 24 to hit.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, and I'm probably gonna go down.
And the great knife does 15 points of slashing damage.
How much?
15, 1-5.
15.
You have your reaction back, notably, if you want to biological resilience, if you have another one.
I do, but I kind of need it for something else.
Okay. So he takes the swing down, stabbing into you. You can feel the knife as it digs in, but he kind of draws it back from the slash before looking at you, as the two Cyclopses are currently just bearing down on you. You hear the whiz of something shooting through the air, and you hear a grunt of pain from the distance. Okay. End of Vim's turn. Cat, it is your go. You turn to see Romulus impaled by this spike as he slows for a moment before he begins to kind of pick himself back up and continue pushing onwards, needing to escape with Brass in hand.
Okay. Oh, hell no. This is not happening. Alright. 20-foot movement, right? 5, 10, 15. Oh, I don't even worry about it. They know we're here now. I am going over. I am patting Romulus, slapping a sentinel ward on him, and I am going to be running in front of him. So he's a pseudo shield for me.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me your wild magic check. Because self-cast fireball here would be fun.
Oh, for the love of, that's not even funny. That'd be so bad. No, it's
You're
alright.
fine.
No self-cast
fine.
fireball. Everyone
No
lives.
No self-cast anything. In this moment,
Okay.
as you otherwise running in front of, as you move up, you tap Romulus on the chest as Cychania wraps around him, crystallizing before the real Cychania kind of recoils back to your arm as you begin to run. I'll say holding your action to
I'm
move
holding
in
my
tandem
action
with
to move
Romulus.
with him, yeah.
Yep. Okay. End of your go. Romulus is up, and the two of you are going to bolt.
Cool.
So you're going to. What direction are you going to head?
Uh,
Round
kind
towards
of.
the rock for some cover?
Yeah, we're gonna want to regroup and bolt together. I mean,
Okay. Romulus has his extra movement because obviously he has his action to dash, but you held your action to move and dash, so you're there and you have good cover.
mhm.
And you are currently running.
Presumably, I also have a bonus action, so I am going to be
2 second wind.
second winding.
Okay, that is a d10 plus 1.
Mhm.
9, so 10 points of healing. That is good. That puts you back up to 35. Okay.
Nice.
I'm just going to roll a d20 real quick on stream. Yep, the spike falls free. You are no longer going to have to worry about that, but you do start bleeding. You are leaving a trail. Okay. End of Romulus's go. Vinny, you are up.
Oh, it's
The
me.
wolves are running away. You didn't see, but you heard Romulus grunt in pain as you saw something shoot across the battlefield. You've got the chest in front of you. It's open. You could potentially grab his stuff, but where do you go? And you look over across the way and you watch as Kay is grabbed, thrown onto the ground, and there is a stabbing motion towards him, but you can't quite see if it hit him or not, past the cauldron and the Cyclops.
Well, if he's dead, there's nothing I can do for him, and if he's alive, the most I can do is try and give him a window to escape. So, I'm going to move over here.
Mm-hmm.
I
Bonus
am...
action to scoop something up. It'll be an action or an action if you want to scoop up more.
How much can I get?
How much weight do you have available to you?
Not 54 pounds.
Okay. So I would say if you were to scoop what you believe you could carry within that time, as an action, I'll say you'd be able to grab 2 packages, the satchel and the clothes. If you want to spend a bonus action, just the satchel and the clothes, which you believe are his.
I'm less interested in the clothes, to be honest.
Okay.
But weight-wise, that's not really going to replace anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, I'll get some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to grab the satchel.
The satchel and, what, 2 packages as an action?
2 packages as an action, yeah. As you fill the packages, they clink. Glass of some kind.
Okay. And as I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
I have something in my inventory I'd like to try and use.
Mm-hmm.
A bell.
Okay.
Can I use that as a bonus action? Or
I'll say, what manner are you choosing to use it?
like as I'm going through, I'm getting it, and as I'm running away, I'm going to be ringing it.
Okay. I'll
Just
say,
to
yeah,
try
as you're running away, you're ringing the bell, creating a distraction. Okay. What direction are you running?
This way.
20. Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to touch any of the branches.
Nope, that's fair. Go ahead and make me a. Go ahead and make me a strength check. See how hard you can ring the bell.
Pure strength, that's just 11.
11? Okay. You ring the bell. You grab the attention of this Cyclops. The other two seem to be engaged in heated warfare right now.
Oh boy. It's not what I wanted.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot more I can do. I'm focused on running.
Okay. Vinny's turn is over. Damien, you can hear nothing. You can hear shouting. You see nothing from this angle.
I think Damien at this point is just going to try and protect Lloyd, so he's just going to move alongside Lloyd.
Try and protect Lloyd and regroup with the others. Okay?
Yep.
Keeping up with that. Kay, it is your go. You are going at the same time as Mr. Figs. Mr. Figs is going to run away.
Go, Mr. Pigs, go!
It's coming towards you.
It's fine! Spiders don't scare me.
Okay, what are you doing?
I am going to run in between his legs to the other side of him. I'm disengaging, by the way.
Okay, I was going to say it will give 3/4 cover if you're going to for him to swing at you for that, but yes, that will be allowed.
I am disengaging.
Disengage. You're disengaging.
Once
Okay.
I am on this side of him, since I feel like I would have noticed that he's gone, that he's paying attention up
Yeah.
there, I am going to use my bonus action. Actually, hold on, I got to double check and make sure this is actually a bonus action.
Claimed that it was they were having. He had no proof. Now he does. Okay, I hate to disagree with you here, but I took a little poll of the partners.
Yes.
And feel like I do.
I am going to use my bonus action
Good
to
lord.
look like blend in with rock.
Okay, so you're using the one to
Blend in with the rock. And with advantage in rocky terrain for stealth.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
And
so
then that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. So you're running away. I will say on their part, roll me a stealth check. Given this is unorthodox because you'd have to use your action to hide, I'll say roll me a flat roll of stealth versus their. I'll say versus their passive perceptions because they're. Yeah, versus their passive perceptions.
Oh, come on.
Total.
It was stealth. I believe it's a +6. Yeah, so it's a 9.
+6.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll find out what happens when it gets to their turn. Okay. End of your turn. It is now the cook's turn. The cook is going to search for you as he is dumbfounded. So he is going to go in this direction, and he is going to use a. He'll be sharing space with him, which he can't do. So he's going to go there, and he's going to use a perception check against you. Nope. He looks around. He looks around as best he can, as he's otherwise getting angry, and he runs past you, moving up to here. What would he see with that perception? I'd say he'd probably hear Damien and Lloyd clanking off in the distance.
Fantastic.
From there. But you don't know that yet.
Yep.
Okay. So that is the end of his turn. It is now the wolves. They have gone. They have left combat. I can delete them from the initiative order. Lloyd, you are moving and running, or have you got something planned?
I believe I have no clue how we're ever gonna regroup here, but I wish luck to everyone.
Nice.
Okay, you run. Okay.
I'm like over here.
Okay. As you begin running, you can see a Cyclops head cresting over the nearby hillside as they're looking for you guys.
Yeah, as I see that, I run this way.
You run that way. And I'll say, Damien, you see that. Okay. End of Lloyd's turn. It is Hargy's turn. Hargy sees Vinny. Does he have anything he can throw?
I'm just taking a guess with them, but I put them there.
Oh, they'd keep going. So yeah. What would Hargy do? Yeah, Hargy is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is not within range to pick anything up to throw at you. Even if he did, he wouldn't want to from this distance. So he's just going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is gaining on you as he runs towards you, Vinny. Okay.
Duly noted.
That is... Oh, and Hargy, as a bonus action, is going to place his hand on his chest, and you watch as a shield of faith raptures around him. Okay. End of Hargy's turn. It is now Brass's turn. Brass is going to make your journey as easy as possible, Romulus, and is not going to get in your way. It is now Vim's turn, who is the runt. Vim is going to roll a d20 to see what he does. He's going to dash 5, 10,
Oh, no.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Does he have extra movement because he's a smaller one? No, he doesn't. Okay. So he's going to run up that way. And Cat, you hear shouting in giant, Mr. Figs, come back! Before you hear a shout from further away, you fool are getting away with a sacrifice. Okay. Cat, you hear running coming towards you. What do you do?
Oh, sweet Jesus, this is not good. me, me and Romulus are kind of cornered here a little bit, I guess. We need to get away. He's close to the crest of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You know what? I'm gonna hold my action. So, as he comes over the brow of the hill, I'm gonna cast Mold Earth and remove the land from underneath one of his feet. Hopefully he trips over.
Okay. Okay, that is a good use of that. Okay. Romulus, do you want to keep running? Do you want to let Brass go and try and help? How's the situation going to go here?
Right, so just to confirm, can Brass run without me?
Brass can run without you, but Brass has a movement speed of 15 feet because Brass is exhausted.
Okay, not great.
No,
Oh,
so if Brass gets caught on his own,
quite a
Brass
few
is
points.
dead.
That's at least 2
4.
points of exhaustion, isn't it?
4 points.
4.
Of exhaustion.
Wow.
They've been in here. They've been in there a while, and they've not been fed.
Okay. I have a tendency to protect people. I'm going to protect this random person.
Okay, you're going to protect Brass. Keep going. Should we say?
Yes.
Okay.
I
You're
will
going to
keep going.
prioritize the mission, and you're going to move in an attempt to, I will say, rendezvous back at the pillar, and you're going to keep going. Okay.
I
end of
don't
Romulus'
I don't suppose there's any way to use my my bonus action to just try and be slightly better at avoiding anything that comes my way.
I would say you're using a bonus action to survey the surroundings to get the best movement as possible out of this. Getting an idea of the survival, seeing what natural hazards you can put in the way to separate you from the Cyclops, while also helping out your party.
Alright,
Okay.
then I will do the best I can.
Mm-hmm. So with that, we would then move on to Vinny.
Yep. I'm 15 feet away from this guy. I'm gonna move.
Okay. Okay. As you move underneath the tree in a close proximity to the trunk.
I am doing the best I can to avoid touching it directly.
Mm-hmm. You're
I have
avoiding
seen what happens when you do that.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw, please. Okay. Catch you later, Jamie. Or Damien. We will see you next time, and I'll let you know as to what happens. We'll probably be ending here soon because we will be able to get to a chase sequence thereafter if it goes to that.
Oh, good lord.
Okay. Okay. With the charisma saving throw there, you feel the influence. As you get close, you can feel almost this strange magic from the tree as you feel this tiny crystal grow and spike onto you. Your maximum hit points is decreased by 2.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Just need to make a note of that.
Okay.
A round, is it? Or a minute? Is that 4 rounds or what?
That's something I actually need to discuss whether we wanted to use the new ruling for if we wanted to make a round 5 rounds is a minute, where it's 12 seconds per round. Because because there's a lot of things happening. So I've always considered like, hey, it should be longer than 6 seconds. It should be double that.
I mean,
Makes
Well,
sense.
First
But
of
that's
all,
a consideration for another day. Another day.
yeah. I'm going to dash.
Mm-hmm.
25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bonus action dash again.
Okay, moving your speed, you move quickly and get away. Okay,
30.
there's no way he's catching up with you, and yeah, next time because of his positioning, he'd have to run around, so he'd only be throwing something at you, which would be at disadvantage because of the range. And I'd say, given you're going downhill, probably have half cover, so we'll get to that in a mo. So that would be the end of your turn. Damien would be up. Damien is going to keep moving. He is going to keep running with Lloyd, and he is going to avoid what's coming his way. Kay, you are up. The others seem to have left you be.
I am going to wait for this big one to leave me alone, so I'm just gonna try and get into a better stealthy position here.
Okay, so you're going to adjust your position to get into a better stealth position. Okay, give me another
Yes.
stealth check then, please.
Do I get advantage this time?
Yes, this time you would get advantage because you're in the rocky terrain and they're not. And this would be your action to do so. Yeah, much better.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You wait and otherwise realize that you're not being seen as you crouch for the moment, kind of blending in with the rocks very well, as the rock is otherwise camouflaging you. As this one doesn't seem to know that you're here, and it is going to... Well, it will do its stuff now, actually. Actually, Mr. Figs is going to run towards you, Cat. It's going to run towards you, stop, and then run off in this direction.
Just let off a smile. Know that it's
Yeah.
free.
I have saved the harpy. I have saved the spider. I am doing work.
Vol, the cook, at this point, is going to see what's going on with these two, and he is going to make intelligence checks to comprehend his decision. Get a natural 3 plus 0. -1, sorry, because he's not the leader. And he's going to wander back over here. He's going to dash to move back over, and he's just going to try and survey the situation to get a gauge of what's going on. Perception check with disadvantage because of distance. No. He looks around, confused. He doesn't know what to do. That ends his turn. Lloyd would be up. Lloyd keeps going.
I'd say at this point we're going back to the place we came from.
You're going back to the pillar. Yep.
Yeah.
Hagi's turn. Hagi moves around here, and he is going to try and yeet a stake at you, Vinny. You have half cover, plus he is making this a disadvantage because of the distance.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 20 and a 9.
Oh,
So that brings... So with his plus to hit... because this is a stake, that brings it to a... because he'd get his dex plus proficiency. No, that would still be using his strength plus proficiency, sorry, because it would still count as a rock attack. So that would be a 18 to hit.
With half cover?
You have half cover, so you have +2 to your AC.
Okay, that meets then.
Okay. He throws the stake, throwing it towards you as it shoots through the air. This will do piercing damage. So that would be... okay. Less, 19 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
But because of the severity of how much damage it did, I will say that it doesn't pierce you. It otherwise hits you. Most of it being bludgeoning, but still piercing you as it strikes against your side, leaving this horrifying gash as you buckle for a second. But with your speed and him not being able to keep up, because he'd actually be further back here, because he wouldn't have been able to do that unless he didn't dash. Yeah, so he'd be there and he'd throw it. So he is unable to keep up with you.
Mm-hmm.
So from here on, he's unable to keep up as you run away. End of Hagi's turn. We move on
19 total?
19 total, yeah.
Okay.
We move on to Brass's turn, who doesn't do anything. We get to Vim. Vim is going to run this way towards you, Cat. As he stops, seeing you, looks and sees Mr. Figs, and he says in Giant, "A pony!" And he's going to move towards you as Moldbirth goes out from under his feet. Nope. That's a failed dex save. What's your spell save DC actually?
Hang on.
Because that's a 13 on his part.
My spell save is 14.
Okay, so his foot gets caught and he falls prone onto the ground as his face just hits the rocks in front of him. He just goes, "Ow!" as he falls onto the ground there.
Disgusting.
Okay. That's the end of his turn. Cat, you are fast enough to be able to to keep pace and go further, so you're able to run.
Yep.
Romulus does the same. Vinny does the same. Combat has ended, and you lot have escaped.
Well,
Oh my god.
For now.
mostly everyone.
This was the worst executed heist I've ever seen.
So, okay,
I
so
think you mean it was the best executed heist
is
because
like-
it went well.
This is
It
like
actually
Payday
worked,
2.
though.
This is like every Payday 2 heist. You try to do stuff.
did you guys?
5 minutes in, everyone is dead.
It was.
It worked.
What did you do?
Ah.
Well, the distraction team actually did their job,
Well, you
but
see,
they did it
that
too
was-
soon.
that was me
premature.
and Damien wrap around, and then we make some sound, so they come the other way. However, the problem was we made the sound like halfway to where we wanted to go.
So everyone was out of position.
Yeah. They started coming towards us. Everyone like tried to free them.
I rolled an attack with disadvantage as a warning shot and rolled a natural 20 and a 16, so I hit Lloyd on like a 25 or something.
Yep.
It hit him. I rolled damage. It's a lot. It did 30 points of damage to him, which was reduced with Damien's shield.
Yeah.
The fight began. They were giving warning shots. They were shouting. The party had various distractions going on. Kay did some stuff. A harpy was killed by a barrel. One of them got away. Kay's rats got squished. Vim was looking after Mr. Figs and was trying to protect him. And yeah, that was fun.
Did we get the staff?
Did you get the...
Did we get the staff?
It's not a staff, it's stuff.
Oh, stuff. Okay.
Yeah, there are packages, there's his satchel, and there are his clothes. You left the clothes behind in favor of getting the satchel and packages, which you'll be able to check out next time, and note those down in your inventory as you have his stuff, and you make your way back, reconvening at the pillar, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where Kay would go.
Well,
That's where most of you would go.
they
It's
said the
landmark,
pillar, and
yeah.
that was the last thing that Jeff had told me.
Yep. No, that's fair.
Then he went out of range, so.
So, with our group otherwise now in a much more favourable, questionably, situation, that is where we will end tonight's session. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you potentially next week. Who are we missing next week? It was...
Just Infernal, wasn't it?
It was... If it's just Infernal, then we should be okay. If Jamie, you're okay to call in from your car?
Yeah,
or-
boy.
Okay, so it will just be Infernal next week that we'll be missing, unfortunately, but that is okay because we will be back next week to carry on this quote-unquote chase.
And hopefully this time, no more almost dying.
Hopefully, no more almost dyings.
Hey, look,
But we
I
shall
did
see.
my job.
Yep. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Potato.